Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here we go. See what people ask today. The Thunder God's live. I didn't see that.
Yeah.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's Jay the Great here. Welcome back to another weekly stream here today. We got the full gang here for the first time in quite some time. Me, Batman, and Shinobi.
Yeah, there.
Yes, sir. And make sure to hit the
Let's do it.
like button if you haven't already. Gets us up in the algorithm. Greatly helps. So even a second out of your day to do that will be greatly appreciated. Lots to talk about. Certain videos. Certain fandoms had field days on them, like Raikage's new video, Hashirama. I mean the one with TG. Shout out to TG for the collab that he had. Even in my reaction video, guys were obviously Tobirama fans were very upset with the scaling. But what's new? We'll discuss that. The video by Swag and Thunder God was very good. I actually disagree with some points though. We'll probably discuss that as well. Like EMS Sasuke losing to 14-year-old Obito, I highly disagree.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, that was probably the most surprising claim.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I was very, very surprised by that scaling. Very surprised. 14-year-old Obito is powerful, but is not on the level, in the likes of Edo Itachi and EMS Sasuke and things of that nature. Not that.
I like Yellow Mask.
Yeah,
right?
Yellow Mask. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not at that age.
Okay.
We'll discuss that when you guys ask questions. Let's see what you guys. What's going on, Catch Dog? I'll get back to you. I know you DM me about stuff. I'll get back to you when I can. It's been busy.
Hey, I guess Yellow Mask Obito is just as strong as White Mask Obito.
Yeah,
bro,
I guess there was no point in getting a Renegon.
An Orange Mask and all this shit, yada yada.
Yeah, I was surprised by that. Everything else, I pretty much agreed with them. The Jiraiya scaling was a little low. I still agree he'd lose to Obito and the Ninetales, but how low they scaled him was pretty low. They're like, he's weaker than all
Now
this.
we'll put this out here real quick. Like Swag and TG still the fucking.
Oh, they're
goats,
fucking
by the way,
goats.
you know?
Yeah, they're fucking goats.
Yeah, we're putting that out there. We're not like so I don't want any weirdos try to misconstrue shit.
Yeah,
but we're just saying like that part of the video was just like I don't
Yeah.
know.
We disagree
Okay.
on that part, but yeah, they're fucking goats, man. I mean, those guys are the top of they're the top in the space. So, of course, man. Yeah, for sure. What would you do if you had Jibi, Madara, and Obito's powers and abilities? Well, in this world would be
Sorry.
God. Yeah. I didn't agree with the Kakashi takes. Yeah, Kakashi takes. Yeah, Hokage Kakashi, I disagreed. In the novels, it is stated that he's significantly superior to his Warwick iteration, and they said that he'd be slower than Obito. If he's significantly superior to his Warwick iteration, obviously excluding DMS, I don't see him being slower than Obito. That's contentious. I'm not saying that he absolutely for sure beats Obito, but the fact that that's stated in the novels, and if you consider them canonical, I highly doubt that he's slower than
Obito's
Obito.
not doing shit.
Yeah,
No,
That's like
you wouldn't do bro,
Yeah.
like come on, like that's just crazy, like fucking, and not only that, like like that's a whole other can of worms. It gets really interesting because like there's a point where we see like Hokage Kakashi and he sees like that big ass meteor and Sasuke has to save him. He couldn't do shit about it, like even like 15 or 20 fucking gate users all with their powers combined, like only like cracked a little bit of it, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
so like Kakashi could probably do some damage to it, you know what I mean? If he's doing like purple lightning, whatever. But either way, he could not deal with it. Like,
Yeah,
you just can
exactly.
see he's like, yeah, we're fucked. Like,
Yeah.
so it's very questionable if he really is as powerful as like the novels are saying for him to be. But at the same time, even that particular Kakashi, with the amount of time that's gone by, training, you name it, even that particular Kakashi could more than likely, bare minimum, is either still faster or I guess you could say relative. I don't think he'd just be getting fucking speed blitz.
Yeah, I highly doubt that.
You know?
Yeah.
And we're still referring to Yellow Mask. I'm
Yeah,
assuming,
Yellow
right?
Mask. Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yellow.
I agree. I think like with the time allotted, like it was at least 10 years his reign as Hokage, right? So
Yeah.
no Sharingan means extra chakra. Extra chakra means more
Literally.
utilization and
You see how much
AP.
stronger he gets from part 1 to Shippuden 2. Like
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, so it's only rational he would get stronger.
Yeah,
from
so
the
that
war,
one
you know
I
what I mean?
disagree with. Yeah, I disagree with that. Basically, but besides that, I agreed with everything. Tobirama, Hashirama, Hiruzen, Tsunade. Yeah, I agree
And if
with
it's like late Boruto Kakashi, he's absolutely slamming Obito.
Yeah.
Because he's fighting fucking Kashin, like he fought Kashin Koji in the anime as well. Like that, like little scrap. Like
Oh yeah.
so, like,
I'll be holding out.
Yeah,
but
like now, like he didn't get bitched instantly, or like he did in part 1 by Orochimaru and shit. You name it, like
Oh, yeah,
So
for
he's
sure.
grown in many fucking ways. Like
Yeah.
he's about it now.
War
you know?
Kakashi, that's a little interesting. To me, I don't blame you for picking either way. Depends how you scale Kakashi's speed based off the
Yeah.
pure program. So I don't really blame the guys for either side. I think
I
they
think
said
Kakashi would lose.
Yeah.
that, 'cause,
Same
I
here.
don't feel like there's enough to show that he's Minato level at that point.
Yeah.
or even
that's where I was
KCM,
too.
you know.
Yeah.
But
I don't blame the guys for like,
yeah.
oh my goodness,
could argue
Sir
it,
Goats
you know?
with $100.
Okay.
Holy shit!
Let's go.
We gotta put that on the goddamn screen right now. Appreciate that, Sir Goats.
Legend has returned, man.
The legend himself has returned. Wow.
he said, "Respect my fucking name."
Yeah,
He said, hold up.
That shocked me. Appreciate that, Sir Goats. You
Where's Alexa, bro? You know, she's losing
know.
now. You know,
Yeah,
she
shout
used to be the best.
Hey, we still doing that zombie stream now or what?
Oh shit! Hey, it's Sir Goats. If you want a zombie stream, man, with that alone,
Yeah.
we got you, man.
That's it now, yeah.
That's it, bro.
Extremely goated. W Sir Goats. That deserves another
W
one of these,
Goats,
man.
man.
To you,
Appreciate that.
Sir Goat. We're at your mercy, but let us know if you want the Nazi zombie stream never
Yeah,
happened.
let me put this on the screen, Sir Goats. I have to show, I have to show respect.
Much love, brother.
Much love, brother. I know it's been a while since I know you came, and you came in with some heat, so I appreciate that, man. And then we'll read what you said as well, of course. Let me see where it is. I'm gonna delete these other ones.
Yeah, man.
A ton of these shit. Where is that? Or did I? Oh, I gotta save it.
It feels like early EMS Sasuke versus Yellow Mask. I could kind of see that, maybe. You know what I mean? But
yeah,
even
that's a little bit more
contentious, of
understandable. But even that's contentious. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So I'm okay with like either side, but yeah, I do agree. War Kakashi probably would lose. It's a little. It's. I think it's rationally more difficult to substantiate him being like Minato level rather than not. So I'd probably say he probably would lose. But yeah, it is contentious though. I'll say that. So.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, they said that Jiraiya was weaker than all the 7 Kage, which I disagree with, including Danzo, which I disagree with, to be honest.
Weaker, like including May and all that?
Yeah, not the 7 Kage, the 7 Hokage, I meant. Sorry.
Hokage, got you.
Which I disagree with. I think he's above Tsunade, and Sagemon he's probably above Old Man Hiruzen, and he's above Danzo. I think they included Danzo when they said, well, no, wait, never mind, they said 7.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah. I agree with that completely. Old Man Hiruzen, Tsunade for sure.
Yeah. Let's see
what
Sir Goats. Yeah. What if Sasuke dies and whole time all of Shippuden was a Genjutsu and he meets Itachi as his psychiatrist? And Itachi was like, Sasuke, there's no 10 tails. Hey man, if that happens, I feel like there'd be a part of the fandom that would be absolutely livid, and there'd be a part of the fandom that's absolutely ecstatic. Like the OGs would be like, oh, thank God. Thank God.
Dude, Itachi would be like the best psychiatrist ever, bro. Like honestly, he would just resolve all mental anguishes in a heartbeat, bro.
Yeah, exactly. It would
That'd
be
awesome.
satisfactory for like for the old gen fandom, but for the new gen, it'd be like fuck Boruto, fuck this. Like yeah, it'd be like a mixed, I would say like reception from that. So
I heard rumors he actually might get reanimated in Boruto. I don't know if it's true or not.
Yeah,
but I mean,
he'd have to be amped. They'd have to have like an Edo reanimation jutsu where it amps people. Is the only way it'd be relevant.
Or he has like the secret Uchiha jutsu that we still don't know of. You know what I mean? Like,
that'd be insane. It'd be awesome to see him, but like for being like logically consistent, he'd be fodder unless they do something.
Yeah, of course. Absolutely.
Yeah. I wonder when Sasuke found out when Neji died, he didn't see him die. I doubt he saw his dead corpse. Oh yeah, they probably told him eventually, or he probably like saw.
Yeah, he more likely didn't give a shit. But...
Oh yeah, especially at the beginning, he probably didn't give a fuck. Like when he was in the war, he didn't give a damn about that shit.
Yeah.
Probably not till later on when he got reformed after being incarcerated.
He probably pondered about it, but even then, like he wasn't really attached to the Konoha 12. Like he liked them in a way, but nowhere near as he cared for Kakashi, Sakura, and Naruto.
Yeah. I think TJ and Swagger Goats. I think Tobirama and Kakashi could pull it off. I'm not gonna lie. Tobirama, I don't think so. Kakashi and Warwick, I don't think so. Hokage Kakashi, maybe, but Tobirama, I don't. I mean, in my reaction,
Tobirama, hell no.
Yeah, in my reaction video, I went really in depth. I gave I mean, to me, it was one of my best like Tobirama scaling.
Like at that point, you're basically saying like fucking Tobirama is equal to Minato. Like
exactly.
And Swag doesn't even agree with that. Like he's had a whole video of Minato versus Tobirama, so it's like that's a contradiction. That doesn't make any sense. You would have to basically argue Tobirama is just as powerful as Minato.
Yeah, and the arguments for that are very, I would say, falsifiable and like flaccid as far as like the logical strength of the claims that I hear for him being Minato level or above. It's like
because he's 6 past levels now,
yeah,
right? Because of Obito. Yeah,
exactly. First of all, a lot of the claims are contradictory to the narrative. Like Hashirama himself says he's inferior to Obito, yet Tobirama's faster magically. That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
And on top of that, the other claims I hear are just very like flaccid. Like, he said that Minato has better body flicker because they used travel speed. I'm like, oh, so they were casually, just randomly, nonchalantly get into the battlefield where the fate of the world rests. Like, okay, I guess they were casually. I guess they were casually just showing up like another day in the office. Like, come on, man, let's be honest.
Yeah, no, it's their full speed. It's not just travel speed alone. Like they're literally going fully at it. And then we further like even conclude that where when Minato like he gets it, like mind you, he gets there like by like a crazy margin of speed as well. Like he's there, has a full conversation with Naruto, Sakura, stops to tell Beast Bomb from the Ten Tails, places all his market. Like he's doing a lot of shit, and then they all get there.
Yeah,
and mind you, it was Hiruzen that gets there first, and then what's it called, Hashirama and Tobirama. Tobirama was literally dead last.
Yeah,
so like.
Yeah, travel speed is like this this colloquial term that's thrown around a lot in the fandom. Like, oh, this is travel speed.
It's
like,
dishonest.
It's like it's a colloquial term utilized to try and paint the narrative that full speed isn't being utilized. I would say this, even if it wasn't when they got to the battlefield, there's certainly substantial effort being used because they're aware of the stakes, they're aware of the odds, the very fact that
the world's about to end,
the fate of the
every single
literally the fate of the world rests on that battlefield. So it's not like Minato said, "Oh, I'm gonna take my time. I'm just gonna casually teleport there." Like, no, it's
Tobirama sensed that from like hella far away too, just being such a good sunscreen ninja.
Exactly.
So like, obviously stakes are high, dude.
Yeah, stakes are extremely high.
Hiruzen shows up. He's like, "Hey, like you're just as fast as ever, bro. Like you're fucking ridiculous. Like holy shit." And then Tobirama's like, "Your teleportation's even better than me, bro. Like you're just faster than me. Like holy shit."
And Hiruzen was sweating when Orochimaru almost like resurrected fucking Minato. He was fucking like, hell nah.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like,
yeah, exactly. And there's claims that exist for Tobirama, but to me they're way more flaccid than trying to argue for against him. I'm just being honest. I also disagreed with Kakashi when I think War Kakashi should be able to beat version of Obito too. Yeah, I don't blame people for thinking that. That's fair. That's a contentious one for sure. The Kakashi one. Yeah. Is it wrong that I view Madara, Ishiki, and Obito losing as plot armor and ass pull? Oh, yeah, it was plot armor, dude, for sure. Especially Madara. Madara was extremely ass pulling and fucking Kage, showing up. They weren't gonna beat him probably without that. So yeah, I agree. Been a while. How you guys been? We've been well, so good. How you been, man? Been a while.
Yes, sir.
Glad you came in, man. Glad you're back. The goat is back. I honestly think the 4th Raikage is above Sannin level. 8-Tails chakra levels, crazy strength, KCN level of speed. You have to argue that the Sannin are KCN level speed. So this is what I'll say about that. Like I always say, power scaling is a multivariate equation, multi-dimensional analysis. So in terms of speed, yes, he is above the Sannin. However, in terms of overall caliber, I don't think so. I do believe that as a combatant, he has a speed advantage. That's very clear. He's relative to Minato in his prime. However, in other factors, in other variables, if you will, of a combatant, he's probably relative. Like AP, him and Tsunade showed like some relativity in terms of that. Madara even states that Tsunade has more strength than the Raikage. So they're relative
ability as well.
Yeah, ability
even
as
with
well.
Orochimaru, like even if you're faster and hit them, like they just survive it. So are you really above them?
Yeah,
like, no,
exactly.
That's not how it works.
Yeah. So in terms of overall combat, I would say he's relative to the Sannin. I'd say relative. I wouldn't say he's above.
Yeah, that's fair. It's a fair deduction, definitely.
Yeah. So you could argue he's above, but even if he were, it wouldn't be a substantial degree. So that's what I'd say.
Yeah, and another thing, just backtracking real quick with Tobirama, or the whole, not Tobirama, it being only travel speed. I don't know if you guys mentioned this, but the Raikage and Minato have been shown consistently to their whole speed is in all stats and categories. It's reaction, combat, travel, and their nerve transmission. It's blatantly stated. It's shown over and over. They have the feats, you name it, etc. There's never a point in time where it's just being blatantly emphasized and stated, or blatantly even shown by feats alone that it's only fucking travel speed. That just makes no sense.
It's a colloquial term utilized, I would say, in a softish nature to try and paint the narrative that like speeds could differ greatly based on what the character is attempting to do at the time. To me, it is disingenuous for sure. Like, oh, they're just getting to the battlefield. That doesn't prove superiority. I'm like, yeah, they're hauling ass to the battlefield though, because
they're just jogging.
Yeah,
right?
Literally, the world rests in their hands. Why the fuck would they take their time and like, oh, this
literally,
like that's very disingenuous.
Like,
yeah,
come on,
exactly. That's very disingenuous to me.
Yeah. So, and then not only that, like, just the further like substantiate that even further, like the best way to look at it is once again like all like the incentives for them to be there as quick as possible, whatever you name it. And then the biggest one, where if you still don't really believe everything we're saying so far, Hashimoto is literally blatantly emphasized when their speed is completely different from a certain category. To where, aka the flying Raijin, like when they use flying Raijin, that is blatantly clearly travel speed, right?
Yeah.
And then it allows them to teleport instantaneous to wherever they need to be. And the moment they reappear, their body speed is nowhere near as fast as flying Raijin because there's certain characters that are able to deal with them instantaneously.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You have to be so like there's even further proof to where flying Raijin speed is a completely different distinction between their normal body speed. And that's the only time where it actually is being shown to be emphasized where it's different. Tobirama is an example against Madara. Minato's an example against Obito, et cetera, et cetera. The list can go on and on, you know?
Yeah.
So, like, it's no matter what, when things are actually emphasized, when it's different in certain levels of speed or what's actually the same or not, it will be shown for the most part. Not always, but it does. And so when it comes to speed, especially body travel and all that, like, I just can't stand that shit. Like, like Minato literally used body flicker to save Naruto from Obito. He moves and grabs Naruto at that same exact time to save him from Obito. Yeah. So what, is that still just travel speed, even though he's using combat and reaction speed at the same time? Like, it's just blatantly retarded. Like, I can't stand that.
Yeah,
it's
very disingenuous. It's an attempt to steer away from the more complex analysis of speed. It's like a simplified version analysis, simplified disingenuous.
People even done that with Lee, bro. With fucking Gates Lee, people even do that shit with him, where they're being fucking dishonest. They were like, "Oh, when Gates, when Lee's, it's just only travel speed." It's like, no, that's retarded. He's literally punching and kicking and moving at the same time.
Yeah, it's very.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Or First Gate doesn't have speed though, right, Batman? We gotta remember that. No,
That's so
you watch the fucking Weanabe fucking saga playlist to get that shit.
Oh Lord.
Let's see. What said.
Yeah, weeb.
Let's see. I said this multiple times for any Tobirama tarts. If it makes you feel better, Tobirama beats Shishui. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Tobirama would beat Shishui. I'm self-admittedly a Tobirama tart, but they were honestly more fair to Tobirama than I expected. I think it's contentious, to be honest, but I do agree narratively for Obito. Yeah, it would just be the lack of speed when it comes to that. Oh, $20 from Sir Goats again? I appreciate that, brother.
Oh,
appreciate that a lot, man. Appreciate that, I'm gonna put that on the screen. I got
Sir W, bro.
Sir W is back.
How much did he send again?
Oh, this time he sent 20, but like that's already what, 120?
Okay, nice.
That's crazy, bro.
Yeah, that's 120, bro.
Hey, man, I really appreciate that, brother.
I thought you said he sent another 100. I'm like,
oh fuck.
Oh Lord.
No, you ain't gotta do that. You ain't gonna do that for sure. Yeah, I appreciate that, Sir Goats.
Appreciate you, brother. But no, like once again, I don't think it's contentious at all. And the main reason is like Tobirama can't even deal with V2 Kinnigan, bro.
Yeah,
like, so it's like at the end of the day, he can't even deal with that. Hiruzen couldn't even deal with the full power Nine Tails, and mind you, he's even younger. He's not like as old as he is during like part 1 tuning exams, and it makes a long fucking difference. Where Orochimaru flat out says like, if you were just 10 years younger or multiple years younger, like you would be able to kill me instantaneously, and that's even shown as well. And you name it. So like that Hiruzen's young and everything, and he couldn't do shit. Like he was literally at its mercy and begging for Minato to save the day. Yeah. And Tobirama has always been shown to be in a similar level to Hiruzen, and Hiruzen's been stated to surpass him in the data books, all this shit, whatever you name it. And Hiruzen even has blatant feats to like be able to save Naruto, while Tobirama couldn't save him from the Divine Tree just with raw speed and attacks. So like when it comes down to it, Tobirama just doesn't have enough to further conclude he can be able to hang with Obito.
Yeah, no.
Like there's just nothing for that. His best feat that he has is jutsu activation and utilizing flying Raijin to respond to Madara's taijutsu attack.
Yeah.
That's the best thing he has. So meaning therefore you could definitely argue and say like he can be able to react to anything Obito throws at him with flying Raijin, But if it comes to him trying to attack Obito, like to stab him or anything like that or whatever, Obito's going to be too fast. He won't be able to do anything. It's basically going to be Tobirama like having to spam Flying Raijin just to survive. And it's only a matter of time before he gasses out and gets killed, or if he even tries to attempt to hurt Obito, his body speed's not the same as Flying Raijin, and Obito just fucks him up.
Yeah,
you know?
essentially, Tobirama, the claims for him, like I always say this about premises in general, they vary in strength and validity. His are just, the majority of pro-Tobirama claims for him being like faster than Minato and stuff like that are very speculative in nature. They're less valid forms of logical deduction.
There's multiple data books that says Minato literally surpassed him in Flying Raijin.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
Mastered the Jujutsu. Yeah, exactly.
Et cetera. Like, there's just so much shit of Minato or Hiruzen being over Tobirama to where it just, to this day, will always baffle me the narratives people tried to paint for him. Like, don't get me wrong, he's very powerful. He's a Kage, super intelligent, made the most goated broken jutsus for other people to perfect, you name it. But it's like, it's just so weird and dishonest for people to paint him in a light to where he's just not at and scaling, you know?
Yeah, because like you're saying with like Gin and Kin, like obviously they had like V2 cloaks and they had some percentage of like Kurama, I would estimate probably like 15% maximum.
Even the Raikage was
say.
scared of V2 Kin and Gin, bro. Like with his speed alone, like he'd be faster, but he literally flat out admitted he would not be able to kill them, that he would need to steal them. So they're strong.
Yeah, they're strong.
You know what I mean? Like,
hey,
even the Raikage or Tsunade could be able to fucking kill them. You know, that is a statement alone in feat to where they're immediately conceding to hacks. Yeah. But, you know, at the same time, like, it is what it is. And Tobirama lost that or whatever. Minato, on the other hand, he could fight with the full fucking Nine Tails, bro. And
exactly,
shit.
Dude.
You know, and he has ceiling while Tobirama doesn't have ceiling like Minato. He doesn't have a Rasengan like Minato. He didn't perfect Flying Raijin like Minato. Et cetera, et cetera. Like, he doesn't have Sage Mode like Minato. Like, there's just so much shit that Minato has in comparison to why he's able to perform certain feats or become successful 9 out of 10 times in comparison to Tobirama. Yeah. Tobirama has his limits. It's just shown throughout the narrative, you name it. And unfortunately, Kishimoto, that's what he decided to do, and it is what it is.
Yeah, the empirical backing for Tobirama is just lacking. It is what it is, whether you're a fan or not.
Yeah, I don't know why people like love Tobirama to this extent. It's so disingenuous.
It's extremely disingenuous. Like, I was gonna drop another 100, but I was like, hold on, I'm about to run a red light. Hey man, you don't have to if you do.
Flex.
If you want to flex, go ahead, but you don't have to, brother. It's extremely appreciated already. But yeah, man, I appreciate it. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, much love, brother.
Like, and I did it, like what you all do, like forget too. We'd be saying the same exact shit for Tobirama if he had the same exact feats and narrative that Minato had.
Yeah, exactly.
If it was the roles reversed and Minato was in Tobirama's shoes, he'd be saying the same exact fucking shit.
Like, you know I hate saying
I don't give a fuck who it is. Like, sure, I may like Minato better, but at the end of the day, if the roles were reversed, we would be all over fucking Tobirama all day, every day. Yeah. You know?
Yeah, like so. I hate saying adult soccer whips Madara's ass, but it's the truth.
Yeah.
You know? So I have to say the truth. What's going on, Marcus? Thanks for coming in. I think EMS Sasuke slaps Obito no matter what version, not gonna lie. Yeah, I agree. That was the most surprising the video. I was like, whoa.
Like Minato,
yeah, exactly. Especially not the one that went against
White Mask Obito. To fight Obito, you know what I mean? And that's Orange Mask Obito, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, imagine fucking, you know, like, and then like you have all that shit, and we see Minato and what he does and his scaling, you name it, and then we see EMS Sasuke, like not even end of the war EMS Sasuke, like beginning to where he's already being shown to like basically be equal or even slightly over KCM Naruto.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So he's already within that ballpark. And it takes for Naruto to be KCM2 and KCM2 Sage Mode to be just way beyond Sasuke at that point, you know. And then eventually Sasuke, towards the end of the war, he gets perfect Susanoo, and now he's competitive to KCM2 Naruto, but he's not stronger, and he would still lose. So it's like those are the levels of power you have for EMS Sasuke. He's no fucking joke, and it just makes no sense. Like, he's literally fighting against Sage Mode Kabuto, who is literally a threat to Rinnegan Obito.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, there's just all this shit, you know, like, so, it makes no sense to go backwards, and somehow Yellow Mask Obito is just within this realm of power. I don't understand.
Yeah, that. Like, if he were above Sasuke that safely, then why would Obito think think Itachi's a threat? Like, it wouldn't make any sense. You know, if he's that superior. Like, if he's already at 14, he's already at 14 above Edo Itachi's speed, then why would he be wary of him when he's this fucking sick? You know, so... I don't.
Literally.
Yeah. So I don't agree with that. when you read my 20.
Oh,
Oh,
Itachi was
my
even
bad, Circo.
stronger
Let me
than
read your.
Sasuke as well.
Let me read what you said real quick. Itachi Sasuke,
Oh, yeah.
you told me that you and I fought to the death because I killed our family, and you said that you witnessed the moon looking like this Rene Sharingan, and you fought an alien woman from the moon. Yeah. Yeah, Itachi would be quite the psychologist, therapist, for sure.
Dude, absolutely. Tsukiyomi, bro.
He's just very insightful, like as an orator, very insightful individual. So, let's see here. What if Ishiki was in real life? I mean, we'd all be, if he scales as high as he does in that verse, we're lamps to the slaughter. So,
Yeah,
basically. Let's see. But yeah, folks, feel free to ask any questions about Naruto, Bleach, JJK. I'm caught up with it now. For you guys that don't know, what else? Anything at all, not even anime related. There's fights going on today. Canelo's fighting tonight. Anything at all, politics, controversies, whatever you guys want to ask, feel free. Current events. So
so I have an interesting question, Jay.
Yeah.
I've been like watching a lot of like fucking Fresh and Fit lately, to be honest and stuff. I think it's quite interesting, to be honest. But I found this topic. It was interesting. I was like, do you consider chivalry misogynistic?
What the? Yeah, definitely not misogynistic. The very intention behind chivalry, is to sort of emit this energy of masculinity and security. Like when you open the door for a female, you let her go first. You pay the bill. That kind of like emits security and a sense of provision to the woman.
Maybe not misogynistic, but how about like discrimination or like prejudice?
So I guess if you're being technical, it is selective in nature, because you're essentially, if you're being technical semantically, you are showing more, I would say, respect and more favor towards a woman, while opposed to a man, you treat them like, the way you treat yourself. So I guess if you're being technical, chivalry is selective and discriminatory towards men. If you're being extremely technical, I think that's like a very that would be in a very emotionally charged argument I wouldn't utilize. I think overall, in general, chivalry is a positive thing for the most part. But misogynistic, certainly not. It'd be probably the opposite of that, whatever that word would be.
It's not the meaning at all, but because they are women, like you tend to act a certain way around them and do these things. You know what I mean? Just because they are a woman or opposite sex, so it's like it's not really a demeaning act. It's antithetical.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And I would even say part of it is biological, because men are biologically designed to protect and serve and provide. So it's probably part of it's probably even not just based on your culture, your environment, but your biology itself. Men just tend to want to instinctually protect women, children, etc.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So
bro, why do you think we're the ones sent out to war and shit?
Yeah, exactly. We're just like genetically predisposed.
And even if you don't sign a contract, whatever, you can just be drafted at any fucking point in time.
Yeah, even our physical biology implies that we have a higher bone density, higher rate of muscle. Usually larger, usually wider, etc. So it's all implied based on even our own biology itself. So chivalry, for the most part, is beneficial. I would say.
It's not meant to demean women at all.
I just know that.
Yeah. As long as they can open a door by themselves.
Yeah, like if you want to open their own door, fuck it. But to me, it's like.
And let's be real too. There are some women that are either in certain organizations, Marines, or even Special Forces, by the way, to where it would fucking dog wash me, Shinobi, and Jay the Great combined with a firearm. You know what I mean?
Exactly. There's certainly outliers that don't need chivalry at all. So
Is that it's just like radical feminists sometimes will be like, oh, like they think that I can't do it by myself or something, so it's like they're demeaning me by having these traditional values or way of operating.
Like an Olympic fucking sprinter woman, she would fucking probably outspeed us.
She probably dust us all.
Yeah, absolutely. It's not even about that. I think it's like just so bizarre.
It's certainly an emotionally filled statement when someone like a radical feminist says something like that, like, "Oh my God, you're discriminating against me." He's like, "Oh, so you don't want me to pay the bill? Okay, I'm gonna pay it."
Yeah, fair. That's cool with me.
I'm straight. I'm straight. So it's certainly very, very bizarre. Let's see. Yeah, I think overall he would still lose because the Nine Tails Tobirama doesn't have anything to seal the Nine Tails. The best thing he'd be able to do is teleport it away, but he still has to seal it. Yeah, and to me, Obito is faster than him.
Yeah, he could teleport it away. That I could see. He what's good if he throws like a kunine or at least like has a mark somewhere or even on the Nine Tails. His teleportation speed would allow him to survive momentarily and get it away, but once again, he just wouldn't be able to beat it or do anything. That's the problem.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
who wins, Sage Mode, Hashirama, or Yellow Master Obito? Oh, Hashirama would dog walk him, man.
oh, she destroyed him. Dog water.
Oh, shit.
my
Yeah.
Even if he can't hit him, let's say worst case, he would just outlast him. So.
Yeah, it would literally took for Obito to have the Rinnegan to be on a similar level of power to Madara.
Yeah.
Like
Exactly. Strongest character, Adult Sakura, one shots if they stood still. Strongest character?
Adult Sakura?
Adult
Damn.
Sakura. I mean, she has extremely high AP, probably even higher than Tsunade, if I'm being honest.
yes. Hashirama actually states verbatim in the War Arc she had more power than Tsunade.
Yeah, maybe Hashirama.
No.
Maybe you could just kill her. She could like snap his neck
One shot.
or maybe even snap through
Yeah.
like the wooden golem. That's a little, but probably would. To be
No,
honest.
I could see that. Adult
Yeah.
Sakura would probably one shot Hashirama.
Yeah,
easily.
maybe
I'm
someone
not
of
gonna
that
lie.
caliber. I get to know Tsutsuki. I just know we never get to see her combat. Besides
Maybe
Kaguya
like
later on.
Toneri,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, maybe Toneri. Around there is probably what she'd be able to like one shot someone. What's your favorite dog
Yeah.
breed? That's a good question. Me,
Ooh.
probably like a German Shepherd. Probably. That's or maybe a Husky. I don't know. It's tough actually.
I really like Akitas personally. I think
Oh, those
they're
are dope.
beautiful
Yeah.
dogs. Yeah, they're like really cool guard dogs. Yeah.
Really cool guard dogs. Another great breed. Oh, I mean, if you're willing to train it, that is like a Cane Corso. Those are they're dangerous if you don't know how to train them, but they're great if you do.
Yeah, they're bullies, bro.
Yeah, they're huge. They have very very high bite force. I think they're like top 5 amongst dogs, so as far as PSI. Something like
Belgian
that.
Malinois too are cool. They're very similar to German Shepherds in terms
Yeah.
of like intellect, you know. Yeah.
Shepherds are great dogs in general. German Shepherds, Australian Shepherds. Yeah.
Australians, oh, absolutely.
Yeah, they're
Yeah,
great.
so fucking smart.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Exactly. Do y'all agree with Jiraiya being the weakest Sani, like they said? No, I do not agree. I was actually surprised that was said. I was very surprised when it was said that he's weaker than all the 7 Hokage. I don't agree with that. Tsunade in here is.
I
Yeah.
don't see Tsunade beating him, to be honest.
Yeah,
like, honestly.
I basically he has more tools in his arsenal to get rid of her. While conversely,
Absolutely.
she'd have less. Yeah.
He can seal her in like a
seal
dimension
her.
or with his scroll. Like
Yeah,
he has so many jutsu to
Frog
utilize.
song
Yeah.
genjutsu. Like there's a lot of things he
Exactly.
can do. Like even if her durability is an issue, there's ways he could hacks defeat her. Like like the dimension thing, the auditory genjutsu.
Dude, Paul cut through a freaking truth seeker orb, bro.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
exactly.
Like
So
he's
it's
no
like,
joke, dude.
yeah,
So
so- Tsunade could defeat Jiraiya, but her margin for error would be much smaller than Jiraiya's. Jiraiya has much more at his disposal to get the job done. Sagema would, I almost
yeah, it had to be
guarantee-
Sage Mode. Though.
Yeah, I almost
Absolutely,
guarantee Sagema would put him above her in terms of overall speed as well. So I almost guarantee that, to be honest. I know people use the Tsunade Madara feats like, oh my god, she cracked his Susanoo, like because he allowed it. That's why. He was toying with all of them. They were a joke to him.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Oh,
$10
shit,
from Sir
bro.
Goats again. Appreciate that, brother. Appreciate
Damn.
that. I got a funny one. What if Adult Sasuke went on a rapid punching match with Hashirama's 1,000-armed statue on some JoJo bizarre shit? Oh my goodness. I mean, his speed is
Like
preposterous
Luffy?
as an adult. Her speed is preposterous as an adult. There's a good chance she could do that at that point. At this point in her career as a shinobi.
Yeah, she's probably fucking hella fast, dude.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, absolutely.
If anything, one shot would probably shatter several arms because her AP is very high. If she can directly hit the structure itself, like the main structure of the statue, then she'd probably shatter it.
Yeah, just crumble, dude.
Yeah, it'd crumble.
Absolutely.
Crumble beneath her feet. Yeah, that'd be insane. But I appreciate the $10 against Sir Goats. Let me put that on the screen, man. We got you, man. You've been a goat.
Legend, dude.
Yeah, definitely.
yeah,
Legend.
man.
Appreciate that, bro. Let me put that on the screen real quick. Is Jay answering comments in his stream announcement? Yeah, I got you, man. I'm gonna answer those as well. I got you. Let me put this on the screen, folks. But yeah, we gotta speak the truth, and the truth is Sakura's scale is above the majority of Naruto Shippuden. So it is what it is. As an adult, so.
Yeah, it's just she's just not a very well liked character due to the writing of her, honestly. And
Yeah, it's just the
that's
emotional
unfortunate.
appeal. Yeah.
yeah.
Emotional appeal deters people from ever accepting that truth, that unfortunate truth. So, Let's see, put that over here. Appreciate it, Sir Goats.
Yeah, it's ironic because like Tsunade was definitely more well written than like Sakura, and she was like one of the main three of Team Seven too. You know,
Yeah.
it's interesting.
I'm a huge night lover type guy. How is being respectful and honorable misogyny? Yeah, exactly, dude. Swag and Teachy arguing that Boruto or Kakashi loses to 14 Obito still has me fucked up. Yeah, that was a interesting part of the video, I'd say. Let's see. What do you think Madara would generally do in real life? Well, if he has the scaling he does, he can do whatever he wants. But if he was just like a normal guy, I feel like he'd probably be in maybe law, something like that. He seems to really.
Oh, he could be a war general, dude.
Yeah,
in the military,
he'd be like in battle or in law or something. He's one of those guys. Who's winning? The 5 Kage versus 6 Edo Jinchuriki with Biju powers, Rinnegan, Shard Vision, and no Obito control. 5 Kage versus 6 Edo Jinchuriki with amped Dojutsu. Without Obito, though. 6 Edo Jinchuriki. They'd have to seal them. Gaara would have to, seal them. They'd have a chance. All 5?
Yeah, I don't think so. I mean, they're relative to Casey and one. Say like their speed and stuff, and like only like Kage can really help with that.
Yeah, their AP, the durability is insane.
May's not gonna do shit.
May
shit.
May.
Oh yeah.
Tsunade would probably burn just from punching him. They're like the poisonous properties of the jerky.
Exactly.
Close. So there's that. They'd have to like seal them quickly. The longer it lasts, the worse it'd be for the Kage.
I think Gaara may be able to get like 1 or 2 of them, but they've got the weaker ones. They're all pretty relative, to be honest.
Yeah, they start shooting Biju bombs and shit. The Kage are gonna struggle greatly.
Yeah, fact.
Start shooting Onoki. Even with particle style, they'd reattach themselves as Edos. It's a huge problem. As Edos, it's a big problem. Maybe if they weren't Edos, it'd be a little easier. But the fact that
especially
it's pretty tough. I think Jiraiya's the weakest Sani. He got blitzed by one pain and lost his arm. Got blitzed by another pain, got his throat crushed, and it was Tsunade and Orochimaru would have done better. I don't know about that. I don't think.
Ashura Path is one of the stronger paths.
Yeah, the one that took his arm was the Ashura Path in the Rain Village. On top of that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And plus, he was heavily fatigued.
Yeah, he's fatigued, and they have a shared link of vision as well. So they were helping each other to blitz Jiraiya. It wasn't just like the weakest path one-on-one with Jiraiya or anything like that. Tsunade would be slower than Jiraiya.
I don't see how Tsunade would do better at all.
Orochimaru maybe, but yeah, Tsunade, no, she's too slow. She'd get beaten down. She's a close quarter combatant, and the Pains have a lot of abilities that are long distance, and it'd be a big problem. So, what if a Pain attacked a village in part 1? Oh Jesus. Everyone would be fucked, and Mike Guy would have to use.
There's no part 2.
Yeah, there's no part 2. And Mike Guy would have to use 8 gates. That's the only thing. Exactly. So, let's answer some of the questions from the announcement thing. I know some of you guys asked questions. Does Kamui have a limit to how much it can absorb, or a limit of the amount of mass it can suck up? That's a good question. So, empirically, I would say that hasn't been displayed to be the case. We even see Kakashi in the war. Literally Kamui Gyuki, which is like a tailed beast in its entirety. So I don't know if there's a limitation. I think as long as you have enough chakra to do the Kamui ability, you should theoretically be able to Kamui it. So I think the only limitation would be the chakra amount in the user's chakra pool. I don't know if Kamui itself has like a limitation that you can't surpass regardless of chakra. So I would say the most relevant factor would be the actual amount of chakra you have. So I would say
I agree completely.
Yeah, so that was. I would say that's
we see that like blatantly with the Kaguya shit, where he just flat out says like, in order for me to enter a dimension and use Kamui and shit, whatever, like I need like a ridiculous amount of chakra. So it just boils down to your how much chakra you have.
Yeah. And the only other weakness we have is that we know, thanks to Conan, was the 5 minute continuous tangibility limitation as well. But that's not mass; it's a different weakness. But
he only has like 2 main abilities. It's just the 5 minute shit, but that's if you can force him to have it on the entire time.
It's very hard to do that. Like people were arguing with me about Hashirama being able to do it. They're like, oh, he could do it for 5 minutes straight, but no. Here's the thing, though. It has to be a continuous 5 minute attack. It can't be sequential.
Literally,
because if he's able to gain tangibility back, then the timer resets. So let's say
Literally,
that
it's broken as
Although
fuck.
marginal, but yeah.
yeah, although marginal, yeah. It's imagine Hashirama using the 1,000-hand Buddha statue. Like he would like punch, like throw all those hands at him, but even the split second in between each like shot being, executed upon Obito, if he becomes tangible, even a second, it resets. So that's the problem. Conan had 600 billion paper bombs. They went off for like 10 minutes straight.
Literally,
That's
like the
600
only way,
billion.
but you need prep time to do that shit, or just be massively faster than him.
Yeah.
To where even if he has Kamui already on, like you're just hitting so fast to where he cannot turn it off.
Yeah,
you know
exactly.
I mean? Like, there's just no way.
It'd have to be like extreme speeds of like flash punching you or something like that. It'd have to be insane.
Literally,
yeah.
So like that's just kind of how that works. And then obviously, I don't know if you guys mentioned I was gone for a moment because I'm multitasking, but the second thing was fucking like if you can be smart enough to and be brave enough to send like a shadow clone or something, in like his real body, and then like basically attack him from the inside or some shit.
Yeah.
But that's a really hard strategy to do because for one, you have to be really smart to even think of that and be very brave because like who the fuck is going to be like, you know what? I should just get Kamui. Let's see what happens.
Oh,
you
God.
know?
Yeah, exactly. Oh, $2 from Kage.
Yeah, that'd be traumatic.
Appreciate that, brother. Dragon Ball question. Tournament of Power Gohan versus Tournament of Power Hit. That's a good question. Tournament of Power Hit. I feel like he didn't have too many feats. Hit didn't.
Went against Blue Goku with Kaioken.
Yeah, there's that. That was impressive. Gohan in the Tournament of Power. I do remember him having a pretty good back to back I would say the competitive altercation with Dispo. He was certainly not getting like folded by Dispo or anything like that. It was relative. It was relativity. That's a tough one because like Shinobi said, he did like go toe to toe with Kaioken, Super Saiyan Blue.
Yeah,
Goku.
like didn't Gohan only fight Blue though? Only
lost? But then the Tournament of Power is later after that. You could argue he got stronger.
Yeah, that was like a practice session.
Okay.
Yeah, you could also argue Hit got stronger too, though. From that point, even from that point later on in the Tournament of Power. That's a tough one. I would say Gohan because of latent potential, but there's arguments for Hit as well.
The reason why Goku like got the edge inevitably was because he was able to like utilize his like battle experience to kind of like predict where like Hit would come.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Even though he was using like a time skip ability, he had enough like wherewithal and experience to kind of like figure out where he's going to get hit from, or like where to like hit him after the time skip like happened. So Gohan has potential, but not as much like latent experience as Goku in that regard.
Yeah.
And I would say Blue Goku with Kaioken is just stronger than Gohan at that certain iteration of time as well. So
I would say unless Gohan like breaks his limits, he's probably gonna lose to Hit. Yeah, that's probably what I would say. Like if he doesn't have like a breakthrough moment, like Gohan Beast or anything like that, he probably would fall to
That's
Hit.
what I would say too. Yeah,
and like
Gohan Beast would do work.
Gohan Beast would one shot Hit. But when it comes to like Shinobi said, experience, he lacks that. He lacks that in comparison to Goku. So. He would
because that's when he's just like trying to get back in the swing of things too. Like he's like he's been lacking, so he's like I'm such a rusty bitch. Like I need to get my shit together.
So probably Hit at this point in time for this specific Gohan. Yeah, probably Hit.
It's still very impressive that Gohan was able to fucking fight against Blue though. When he first started, that was crazy.
Yeah,
that's too apparently.
That just shows his that just shows his latent potential. Yeah, exactly. So. How strong is Kid Madara?
Beat that Gohan.
Apparently. How strong is Kid Madara? Kid Madara was already the strongest in his clan, above all other Uchihas. So you could argue one of the strongest shinobi in the world at that point in time.
Yeah, he was even stated to kill several adult fucking Senju and stronger than adult Uchiha.
Yeah, because
with no Sharingan, bro.
Yeah, because Madara and Hashirama were these prodigy-like figures in their youth. They're already like heralded as the strongest within their clans. So already at that age, like we see in the anime and the manga, he's already one of the strongest shinobi in the world. So, which is insane. Tsunade's best feats are damaging and massively holding back Madara. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, literally, bro. Yeah,
her anti-feat of getting fodder by pain does not put her very highly. Yeah, that's basically my point when I talk about Tsunade as well.
Yeah, and then like Madara, like he also as a kid, like he awakens his Sharingan when he's forced to like basically lose his friendship with Hashirama.
Yeah.
And he gets a Sharingan at that point. I don't remember if it was either 3 Tomo or 2 Tomo, but either way, he gets that as well, and we know how that works. Like that's a big deal having the shotgun as well that young. So like yeah, Kid Madara was fucking cracked. He was really strong.
Yeah, even at that point in time. Who wins? So wait, I just had a good question. Where is it? Who wins, Super Saiyan 1 Namek Goku or Super Saiyan 1 Future Trunks when he went to the past? Super Saiyan 1 Future Trunks.
Like a Frieza?
The one that fucked up Frieza? Yeah.
That's a good question, man.
That's a good
honestly.
question. Yeah, Goku dealt with Frieza and Namek pretty handedly. Trunks dealt with Mecha
Bullied his
Frieza.
shit.
Yeah.
Wasn't Vegeta there though too, or he wasn't? Huh?
I think he's.
I can't.
I think he did show up
can't
like, towards the
recall.
end, but that was when they you made it, you became a Super Saiyan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think Frieza can fuck with Super Saiyan. So I do think like he would probably win. I'm not saying he'd be just as strong as Goku though with Super Saiyan, but
Yeah.
but I do think it'd be enough to where Frieza would get beaten probably. Like
Yeah.
you know, but it'd be a good fight. I don't know.
Steven's in here. Appreciate you, Steven. I know Thunder God had a stream. Shout out to Thunder God. I saw he was live earlier.
Oh, Steven, nice. What's up, man?
Yeah, what's going on? Entirety of Mount Miyaboko versus the 5 Kage. The entirety of Mount Miyaboko, so all the summonings. Oh, versus the 5 Kage. And Monpa. That's a good question.
Yeah, like the best feat, like the strongest summoning has, which is Gambunta, like he can like take some blows from like Shikaku and shit, you name it, and do pretty good in that regard, or even fight against like full power Shikaku towards the end too.
Yeah,
I guess so, like they're tail beast level bare minimum.
Onuki would be a good counter with his particle style, but yeah, he'd be a good counter. He
Money's on the 5 Kage though.
Yeah, so.
And the summonings were
like
doing
Gators
pretty good
took out
against...
Manda with just one fucking explosion.
Yeah.
Yeah, the summonings were doing good against like tame summonings. So like even though they got their ass handed to them, but they were like contending at least.
Yeah,
they were contending against Pain's dog summoning thing. Yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah, so I would probably lean towards the Kage, but the summonings would have a chance. Monpa as well. They'd have a chance.
Monpa especially.
Yeah, I would lean towards the Kage.
There, yeah, because if they do like that Genjutsu shit, bro.
Oh man, yeah, if they do that. If the summonings are able to take out like your Kage early on or Onuki, then their chances go up significantly. It would definitely.
I just think the Raikage is going to be the biggest problem. I
with
feel like
Onuki amping him, dude.
Yeah, with Onuki amping him, yeah, that would be pretty tough.
Now, to be fair, it depends what Kage we're talking about too. Because if it's like that, they fucking hate each other, then they're not going to have teamwork. So it still boils down to their scaling and individual abilities. But if it's the 5 Kage with teamwork, then like that's
the one that fought Madara. They'd probably have a better chance. Kedrick again with $2. Appreciate that, brother.
Yes, sir.
He said, "Who would win in the legendary Sani free for all?" Now, if we're being technical, it would be Orochimaru with Edos, but let's remove that. That's like a free cop out answer.
Like his Edos are Kage level, bro. Like,
fuck that. So between those three, Orochimaru has the most hacks. He's the slipperiest.
Paralyzing blood, vapor in the air.
He's very slippery. Yeah, I honestly.
Even in Hydra mode, he had enough confidence to take on Itachi Susanoo. The only reason why he got like fucking taken out was because of the Tosuke blade.
Yeah.
Of all things,
but
he felt confident enough.
Another rational reason why he's probably, even if you just consider him slightly above the others, is that he continued. This is very Sukuna-esque, going back to JJK. He always had the conviction to improve. Like if you look at these other guys, you look at Tsunade. What did she do with the majority of her life after the wars? Started gambling, started drinking, became Hokage, became a placeholder.
Then tries to get back into.
And then what happened with Jiraiya? He's a pervert. He does his quote unquote research. What was Orochimaru doing? He was grinding in the lab. So Orochimaru probably would be the last man standing.
Better yet, he just performs drastically better than even Jiraiya with 4 tails.
Yeah, that too, and that's while he was almost dead.
With no arms.
Yeah.
Like don't get me wrong, they both got bitched by 4 tails, but he did really good.
Very well.
In comparison to Jiraiya, he did way more.
And that was an older
4 tails.
Yeah, older, stronger, less a weakened seal 4-tail Naruto. Yeah.
Exactly.
So probably Orochimaru. He has the best odds.
Like he just had the best odds. He has all the healing, you name it. Like fucking now if Jiraiya starts in Sage mode, then at that point that's where it becomes interesting. But more than likely, Orochimaru will probably still take it because he just always hacks. Like the only way I could see it possible is if like Ma and Pa can do a genjutsu and then Jiraiya
Yeah.
just kills them both. I mean,
Yeah,
because they're
Certainly
fucked.
possible.
Certainly
It's
possible.
the genjutsu is the only win con for Jiraiya, but that's if he starts in Sage mode.
Yeah,
or
he-
if all in base.
Yeah.
Or Orochimaru can just activate his 8-headed shit instantaneous
Yeah, very
while
quickly.
Jiraiya needs time.
He needs 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Tsunade also can activate her shit instantaneous. So like Jiraiya's at a disadvantage, bro.
Yeah, exactly. Tsunade is
People
just slow.
underestimate Jiraiya, though. I'd say,
absolutely.
dude, like, for sure.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
certainly underestimated a lot. Let's see. I'm gonna try to speed through these, folks. A lot of questions. I appreciate all the questions. Let's see here. The cover art for the stream looks goated. Can you pass the link to the art? I'm not gonna lie. I found it on
Yeah, it
Google.
is dope.
I found it on Google Images. So
Lit.
yeah. I disagree that Final Valley Madara is stronger than Alive. Renegon Madara, even if Hashirama said it's unaware of Madara being able to use Limba. Let me see, read that again. I disagree that Final Valley Madara is stronger than Alive. Renegon Madara, even if Hashirama said it's unaware of Madara being. I mean, Hashirama did say he was only barely beginning to approach his past powers. Yeah, I'd have to go back to like the specific time that took place to see what version that Madara that was.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was blind Sage
Yeah,
mode.
I think that was blind
Madara.
stage mode. Yeah, so even
Yeah.
before that. Yeah, so that was even before that. The version you're discussing. So, maybe Hashirama was wrong. You could say that. I doubt it, but yeah, it's contentious.
I doubt it, too.
Yeah, I doubt
Yeah.
that. But he would drown, and Kisame has battlefield advantage, and he could summon 1,000 great white sharks to swim around the kunai. I think they're talking about something else. Interesting question. If Gojo and Hit scale to each other, could Hit bypass Gojo's infinity? No. The only way to bypass it, based off the new chapters, spoiler alert to anyone,
Uh-oh.
yeah, is you have to be able to warp the space of the infinity itself, right? That's why Sukuna utilized Mayorga to adapt to that affinity. So I would say no. If Hit wouldn't be able to. If he could manipulate reality, yeah. And if they scale to each other, then it's unlikely. Yeah. Let's see here. Let me try to get through your questions, folks. Hobby Jiraiya more versatile but weaker. Comparison to who? Did you see the Bleach finale? No, I haven't actually. I'm not gonna lie. I barely slept last night.
Dude, it was so good. Dude, it was so fucking
I gotta
fire,
watch it.
dude.
I barely
Squad
slept.
Zero, bro.
Yeah, I was
Holy
scripting last
shit,
night,
man.
doing like other like professionals things, like computer coding and stuff. So I only slept like 2 hours. So I slept like this
Damn.
morning. But I'm definitely gonna
I
watch
will
it tonight.
enjoy it, man.
Yeah,
Oh,
definitely
fuck
gonna watch
yeah.
that. Check it out. Yeah, Vegeta saw Super Saiyan 1 Goku and Namek in the anime. Yeah, in the anime he did.
Mhm.
Is Madara gay for Hashirama? He unlocks his Sharingan to him and only him. Gets turned on. What the fuck?
Fuck.
No.
Anyways.
No, I don't think he's a very masculine man. So no, probably not. Technically, Ma and Pa are the strongest. Oh, out of the summonings, yeah.
Maybe Elder Sage, but he has no feats.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
he's like
an
a fucking
old, wise
prophet.
toad.
I think he's old
Yeah.
wise prophet. Yeah. To be fair, Kaguya, she isn't a character, but thematic aspect, everyone is a tool to her. She views emotions as futile. She's just honestly, she's retarded. So she has emotions, but she's just retarded. How would Jiraiya fare against the 5 Kage and the 5 Kage Summon Arc? Oof. He would
It'd be
probably
rough, man.
that'd be rough. Oh, $10 again from the goat. Appreciate that, brother.
Jeez.
Appreciate that, brother. Thanks for all the donations, by the way, folks. Really appreciate it, all you guys.
Happy stream, man.
Batman can answer this if he wants, but could the Flash? Oh, $5 from Steven. Euros. Appreciate that, brother.
Oh yeah, man.
Appreciate all the donations today, man. Let me read that one first. We'll get to Steven. Batman can answer this if he wants, but could Flash or Reverse Flash bypass Gojo's Infinity when they vibrate their hands with super speed? Yeah, you could argue that there's certain abilities in Flash's arsenal where he can essentially have infinite mass in his punches. He has an infinite mass punch. So if you could utilize that and warp the space around the infinity simulation technique, which is a good way to put it, then he'd be able to, he'd be able to hit Gojo more than likely. Because infinity is a limitless technique, is essentially a reality manipulating technique. So if you can manipulate the reality being manipulated by the infinity ability, then you can effectively hit Gojo. So. Appreciate the $10, so sir goats. Steven, if Sukuna is healed with his new bod, he didn't need Megum's body and probably took it as a way to not show all his cards against Gojo. That's a fair theory. You could obviously argue, say the opposite and say the reason he took his body was because he has the abilities he does. like such as the Ten Shadows, Mayorga adaptation
I
ability.
need to catch up, man.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. I read the manga. I mean, I sped through it, I'm not gonna lie, but it was really good. I didn't get bored
Yeah,
even though I sped
binged.
through it. Yeah, I binged it basically. But yeah, that's a good theory. My theory is that Sukuna was definitely holding back, regardless of what body he's in. He certainly was holding back. He didn't have all fingers consumed, so there's that as well. And on top of that, because of Gojo's infinity ability, inherently it deters you from being able to utilize any ability, regardless of AP, if it doesn't manipulate reality. So you couldn't fight the way he'd probably fight someone that doesn't have limitless technique. So yeah, he was certainly holding back. I'll say that, whether intentional or not. So, let's see. Sorry, folks. Let me get back to the questions. I just read obviously, I'm reading the donations first. Let's see. Well, going back to the Jiraiya thing, how would Jiraiya fare against the 5 Kage in the 5 Kage Summit? He would struggle against the Raikage.
Yeah, he's getting bitched by the Raikage, bro.
Yeah, he has no durability enhancing abilities like the Susanoo or anything like that. So he won't have that at his disposal like Sasuke did. He won't even be able to get into Sage mode. If they have killer intent, they wouldn't have allowed him.
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Absolutely,
If
yeah.
he's not in Sage mode already, he's done. Yeah, so. Is Gama Kichi...
Yeah, like he's not gonna have the same luxury that Pain gave him.
Yeah, exactly. Is Gama Kishi beating up a bunch of massive Jubi clones a better feat than Gama Bunto fighting Shukaku? No, because even in the Boruto anime with the Tento clones, they're weak as hell. Like even Chocho's fucking up Tento clones, so they certainly they vary in power greatly. So I wouldn't say that's a feat, really. Not better
That's
than
crazy,
yeah,
bro.
not better than Gama Bunto. Not better than Gama Bunto fighting Shukaku. I'd say no. Probably not.
Yeah.
Let's add Tsunade and remove Danzo. Oh, to the what you were talking about? Yeah.
Ooh, that's better.
Yeah. If Danzo's there, I mean, he wouldn't really
They're just not gonna
needed.
be able to do it, bro.
Yeah.
Like Danzo with his fucking Kodo Matsukami to control one of them at any point in time.
Yeah,
like,
that's a problem.
Izanagi,
Yeah.
Raikage being Casey and level of speed, like they're fucked, bro.
Yeah, exactly. I think even
Inoki with particle style is gonna be a lot of pressure. Like,
yeah, I think even Hydra Snicker Orochimaru wins the free for all. Oh yeah, if he gets into that form, yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
yeah, he can just do it instantaneous too. Like, I'm gonna be honest, if it's in character, I think Orochimaru is gonna flex and kind of fuck around, and he could probably even be able to win that way. Or if it really push comes to shove, he'll just go in and just kill them both.
Yeah, exactly.
Tsunade could maybe survive for a little bit because 100 healings, but
eventually, yeah, she'll fall. Those guys are just more hacks.
But she will fall, like if it's like a poison hitting her bloodline, or her blood, or if it's like that paralyzing hacks he did on Sasuke. You know what I mean? Like she doesn't have any antidotes for that shit, so she's more than likely fucked.
Yeah. And you know what, guys? I got you guys the donations. I'm gonna put them on the screen. Steven and Sir Goats, appreciate that, man. Give me a second while I do that. You guys have been goats today, so I got to put that on the screen, man.
Fuck yeah, man.
I appreciate that.
A lot of good questions today, too.
Yeah, very good questions as well. Let me do that real quick. Go back to the question answering. I got you guys. Let's see. Yeah, JJK though, man, amazing narrative.
Yeah, I didn't catch that, fam.
Yeah,
Definitely, bro.
It's so fire. Yeah, it's so fire. Like, there's a point that's probably gonna hurt you. You'll see what I mean when you get there. You're gonna be like, "Fuck," but it's still.
I'm already spoiled, dude. It's all over.
Oh my god.
Social media.
Yeah.
It's like everywhere. It's
that's
like,
why I read.
Well,
I read ahead. I was like, fuck it, man.
No, that's a smart move, bro. That's a smart move. Yeah.
I was like, fuck that. I'm already getting spoiled.
It's all right.
No.
I don't know the context of how it happened, so that'll be fresh at least.
Yeah, exactly. It's like I got to the point I was like, fuck it. They're already spoiling me. Might as well read it. Yeah, so that I didn't want to wait for like 3 years for it to be animated. So it's just it was like
which you probably will too.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah. Right now they're on the Shibuya arc, I believe, with the anime. So they're quite a while away. Yeah, and that arc is amazing though. So yeah, it's an amazing arc. So. Give me a second, folks, while I put this on the screen. We'll go back to the questions ASAP. Try to answer all your questions.
Yeah, Bleach is amazing, though. It just ended. Freaking One Piece to fifth gear to Luffy fight just ended, too. I have pretty damn good.
Yeah. Where were we? We were up here somewhere. Oh, here we are. Okay. 5 Kage with teamwork beat the Sannin without they lose. Oh, the 5 Kage versus the Sannin? Excluding Edos, because obviously they'd win with Edos. That would be a tough fight. So they'd have to replace Tsunade with what? Danzo? Yeah, probably, because she's on the Sannin side.
Of course, yeah.
So, I mean, The Raikage would be problematic because of his speed. They'd have to get rid of him first. The signing would, especially if Onuki is amping his speed. That'd be a problem as well. Onuki's durability negation would be the kryptonite to even Tsunade, because her durability would be negligible and irrelevant.
Negligible.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So, they have some pretty good tools against the Sannin. I probably would lean towards the Sannin. Towards the Kage. But if the Kage obviously are not at their best and they don't have a great conjunctive effort level of efficiency, then the Sannin have a better chance. Really depends.
Yeah, it does boil down to teamwork, because like Inoki amping the Raikage, and then like the Raikage taking out one of them and allowing Gaara to steal the subdued opponent would be quite advantageous.
Yeah.
If they're like held down by the Raikage, then even may have a chance to be helpful in some regard. So it really does come down to team chemistry, but they certainly do have the tools and more than enough adequate stats to take on the Sannin.
Yeah, exactly.
Jiraiya's going to take at least, I think, 5 minutes to get
5 minutes. Yeah. 5 minutes.
I'm not mistaken. So that's a lot of time, especially when you have a light time user.
Yep.
Like, come on, fam.
Yeah, he'd be blitzing all the Sannin up. Like, if he's not in stage mode right away, they're going to get blitzed pretty bad.
Exactly. Yeah.
The cop out for the Sannin free for all is that Orochimaru bodies because Boruto or Naruto felt worried enough about him to go into stage when base Naruto bodied Mama in the manga. Oh, I mean, fuck. If it's Boruto or Orochimaru, they're fucking slamming the fucking Kage. Indra versus the Akatsuki. Indra?
No, interesting.
That's a good one. He was able to compete with his brother Ashura. Honestly, Indra probably bodies all the Akatsuki, to be honest.
I think so. It's just rational, right? I mean, yeah.
He has a Suzuki DNA in his, in his cells, in his very being. So yeah, probably Indra. To be fair, Oro can't hurt Four Tails, and Jiraiya was caught off guard and at close range and has no regen. It's also stated that Naruto Sakura has nothing to do with the V2 forms. To be fair, talking about the Four Tails, yeah, Oro still was the more impressive person though than Jiraiya, to be honest. Sick, near death, still was able to contend with a stronger Four Tail Naruto. No arms, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you were right. Jiraiya was caught off guard to an extent, yeah. Boruto,
I mean, he purposely released a chakra, so he knew something may or may not happen. So,
yeah.
Apologies, amigos.
Yeah. I don't know. He wasn't completely off guard, I'd say.
Yeah, not completely. I wouldn't say that. Part of it was just he lacked the ability to defend or react to it. So.
Exactly.
Yeah. I view Boruto or Orochimaru stronger than base Momo. I don't know about that. I don't know if he's stronger than base Momo, but
no, he's not stronger than base Momo or even fuse Momo. What's it called? He's fast enough to contest against fuse Momo with Naruto's power, and his body's durable enough to withstand the power itself and everything. But other than that, if it came down to an actual 1v1, he's getting completely slammed.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, more than likely. If one of them
it's just a different scenario entirely. Like Fuse Momo, he underestimates humans, unfortunately, in character. He's not always bloodlusted to where he thinks they're all inferior. It's all of them. The whole alien race, they always underestimate people.
Yeah.
And he just acted the way he did because he's like, oh, this little fucking kid wants to go, bet. He does his power. He's all cocky and shit. He goes and clashes at Boruto. If he really wanted to, he could have speed blitzed him. But he was being cocky. He was underestimating Naruto's power. He goes with the blow. The only impressive thing is Boruto not dying from the force and recoil and everything. You can give him that. But other than that, he's not beating a 1v1 with base or fuse. We literally see what happens in the tuning exams. He could do literally nothing. He was frozen. So...
Yeah. Oh, I didn't even see these. My apologies. I didn't see these donations. Appreciate you, Kedrick and
That's
Steven.
such a ratty ass claim.
Kedrick, if you want to rewrite your thing, go ahead. I'll answer you first. It says message retracted, but feel free to write it again. You don't have to donate again, by the way. You can just write. You can just write it. So let's go to Steven. Gojo character to conclusion was goated. People coping. Yeah, I think that the way he was, defeated was fair. I'm not gonna lie. I was extremely biased. I was upset when I first read it. I'm not gonna lie. I was very upset. I was very upset by his defeat. But I heard a good point. I think it was from Six. I think it was Six that said, "Hey, what would be the point of him beating Sukuna? The narrative would have nowhere to go after that. Sukuna's a big bad wolf. Yuji would be a useless protagonist, and that'd be the end of JJK essentially. Unless Sukuna back up. So it makes sense that Gojo was gonna lose. Obviously, I wanted him to win. Now Yuji's like he is the knight in shining armor for us all. We're all hoping that he beats the shit out of Sukuna, and he finds his resolve within himself and becomes the sorcerer we all know he can be. Gojo even implies he could be surpass himself possibly one day. So we're waiting for that, especially guys like me that are huge Gojo fans. I want to see him avenged. Not gonna lie. So we're hoping for that. And
he certainly was outshining the protagonist heavily.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Blatantly outshining.
It's fair.
Yeah. It's definitely a fair send off. Now I know people are mad. Like, how dare them write him off screen defeat? Like, I get it. He was off screened. I understand that. He is Gojo, but hey, he put up a fair fight. It was a commendable effort. Obviously, Sukuna was holding back. Yes, Sukuna was in full power, and yes, he's just better than Gojo, but he put up a fair effort. Even Sukuna said after, he's like, hey, I'll never forget you for the rest of my life. Like, you did well. So it was fair. It was a fair defeat. So that's what I'll say about that, and I'm okay with it. A couple of days ago, I would tell you I had a huge problem with it. I was upset. I think a lot of us were, but now I'm accepting it for what it is. So. Oh, I didn't see this one from Kendrick either. Apologize, Kendrick. $2. Appreciate that, brother. Sage Kabuto versus 5 Kage Summit. Sage Kabuto. Oof. At this point, he has reactionary speeds, possibly even superior to the Raikage.
He certainly does.
Yeah,
I mean he's reacting to
Itachi and Sasuke. Yeah, so he would have a great chance. At this point, obviously, the 5 Kage do not work well together. They don't have that conjunctive effort amp, if you will. They're very at odds with each other. So
especially the Raikage.
Yeah, especially the Raikage, extreme hothead. He'd probably die trying to blitz Kabuto. After that, with him gone, no one stands a chance in terms of speed. And then he has his hacks abilities. He can blind people. He can manipulate the environment. Genjutsu, regeneration,
oscillate their bones.
He would fuck their asses up. Yeah, that'd be.
Let's imagine Edo Tensei, but
imagine Edo Tensei. It'd be lamps to the slaughter. It'd be lamps to the slaughter. I'm gonna try to speed through these folks. There's a ton. A shout out to all the questions. We really appreciate it. 26 people in here. We really appreciate it. Make sure to hit the like button, by the way, if you haven't already. Get us up in the algorithm. Get more people in here. We're gonna try to speed through to get to all you guys. And if you donate, we'll get to it first, of course. Let's see here. Let's see who y'all got between the. Actually, we never answered Sir Goat's question, did we, about the Flash thing? Yeah, let's do.
Yeah.
Oh no, wait, I did it. Sorry, I did. Yeah. I said that if he's able to have an infinite mass punch, he'd manipulate the space. Never mind, I did. Do you think Sage Kabuto with Edo Itachi Nagato could beat White Mask Obito? All three of them together? Well, if they're Edos especially, yes. Yeah. All of them together, yes.
If they're alive, though...
Yeah, if they're alive,
I don't think so, because none of them are KCM2 speed, per se.
Yeah, that'd be the problem. If they're alive, he'd be faster than all of them. So, that'll be the main issue.
And, of course, no Edo uses and stuff.
Yeah, no Edo usage.
At that point.
Yeah, exactly. So, because they're Edos, yeah, they probably would. They could just outlast them, if anything. I thought Mondo was stronger than Gamabunta. I think it is stated. Yeah, I think that's stated. He's the strongest summoner.
He is the strongest of them summoning,
yeah. Amongst the 3 Sannin, I think you're right about that. Sage Kabuto, Itachi, and Nagato can beat White Mask Obito. Maybe not more often, but it's possible. Yeah, it's possible for sure. Yeah. Is Mara the weakest Perfect Susanoo user? Perfect Susanoo? I believe so. We don't know anybody else that could use a Perfect Susanoo. Objectively.
Sisui in the games.
Sisui in the games. If you consider that canon, Sisui would be the weakest.
Yeah, Sasuke, he's the only one that's implied to where he can use Perfect Susanoo towards the end of the war. Yeah, but that's about it.
So I guess you could say
Kakashi doing work too.
Yeah, Kakashi doing work with DMS. I mean, that scales way above Madara's. So technically, unless you consider the game's canon, yeah, Madara does have the weakest. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He ran faster than instantaneous teleportation. Who, Flash? Oh yeah, we know, man. Yeah, he's a monster. He ran faster than instantaneous. Yeah, literally. If I had dots, let's see. What would infuse Aizen and Madara's personality be?
Bro, the most absurd shit Flash has ever fucking done is the fact that his reactions ability and time and speed is literally faster than a goddamn attosecond.
Yeah,
you just look that shit up. That is cracked.
He's beyond instant. Beyond instant. Boundless speed, basically. Yeah.
It's beyond cracked. I love it.
Beyond. Literally, it's insane.
And then there's a fucking idiot in like I forgot what server it was, but it was either mine or D1 saying he was like, "Oh, Flash is faster than Minato." Or no, it was on Ken's server. He was like, "Flash is Minato is faster than the Flash," and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, "Shut up."
What was dumber, Sakura
it's
moment, her trying to kill Sasuke with a poison kunai, even after Kakashi said Sasuke's immune, or Sasuke charging a Jubidar to create a diversion? I personally hated more when Sakura did what she did with Sasuke. I mean, it was pretty dumb, her charging at him, but at least it helped. Not kinda. Sakura just doing what she did, like put Naruto and Kakashi in danger. That's all it did. If you had the Death Note, what would you do with it? Clean up the streets and not become light. Because fuck that. Jiraiya, I guess the Raikage could use his the Toad Stomach Jutsu. Yeah, that would be
if it can react in time.
If it can react in time, that is. If we can activate it in time, yeah. If you rat and scale Jiraiya to Kakashi and Koji, he bodies the 5 Kage Summit. Oh, dude, if you run rat, he scales to Urashiki. When he scales to Urashiki and he violates. Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
it's so ratty, dude.
So ratty, though.
Slam fucking Naruto Shippuden.
I wonder how Kakashi and
Absolutely
Koji got
massive.
perfect sage mode, though. Like,
Yeah,
obviously you
Amato
had
must-
He even had perfect sage mode, bro. That man was
Amato,
Like,
dude. Yeah.
But you also had to have had that from Mount Miyaboku, like,
Yeah.
usually, right?
Amato
And
probably has,
Naruto
like,
would know
knowledge
that,
of... Yeah, he
you would
probably has, like,
think.
knowledge of Mount Muiboko or something. I don't know how the hell he did that, but...
But like to be fair, like Jiraiya is, it is a clone of Jiraiya. You know what I mean? So if it has, like a lot of similarities, thoughts, you name it, whatever, he probably just had plenty of time to train it, and he got perfect. Or
I don't know if it clones his intelligence, though, and battle experience. I think it's clones his actual physical body. You know,
I doubt.
You still have to go there and, like, learn sage mode from the Toad sages.
Yeah.
So...
folks,
I get you.
So we keep up with the chat. We're going to, like, skip through a few of these. Feel free to ask again, though, because there's a shitload. But shout out to all you guys. We want to just give everyone a chance.
Actually, I forgot, Shinobi, when I was watching the anime recently, I can't speak for the manga because I haven't read it yet. He was actually showing emotional ties to the Hidden Leaf, though. And there was a lot of instances where he was showing certain points and references, like, as, like, indicating that, like his attachment to the village, et cetera, et cetera. There was many points and weird moments where that was happening. So I don't know. Like,
interesting, yeah.
Maybe he does.
There might be the possibility of that.
Maybe, yeah. Because Amato did.
Even if he had a weird ass fucking emotional reaction with him and said some bunch of shit, and like every time he was doing things or thinking or saying shit, I'm like, bro, there's no way this motherfucker in Jiraiya. Like, what he's acting so weird.
So last
even
thing
if
I
he
read,
had like Jiraiya's memories, like he wouldn't know how to like perfect sage mode.
That's true. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Last thing I read before we skip down to the bottom, someone asked, "What did I search in Google?" All I searched was Obito wallpapers, and then I found that picture. If you want to find it. Full power Orochimaru with Hydra and Edo Tensei versus 7th Gate Guy. With Edo Tensei, I mean, he's folding 7th Gate Guy. With the ones from the Warwick, yeah.
What does he do?
Holding their shit. He doesn't even need to fight.
What does he do? He can't seal them, bro.
And he can't seal either. Yeah, it would be fucked. B does
even if it's like Konoha Crush Edos, they're gonna kill him eventually.
Even though he can't seal them. So like even if he beats their ass, they just keep coming. So. B does get stronger in between the two. Or are you saying B was lying to A to save his feelings? Does get stronger in between the two. Oh, you mean comparison to the Raikage? If you mean when he said he'd be too slow when he was fighting Naruto or trying to keep him away, I don't think he was lying about that. I'm pretty sure he was being honest. Like, he's not as fast. Oh, shit. Kedrick with $5. I appreciate that, brother. Appreciate the $5. If you could write Itachi versus Pain, how would it go thematically? That's a good question, man. It's a very, very good question. So, from my own biased, subjective lens, if I had to write this, it ought to be an extremely, extremely climactic narrative event. Now, the way it would go, I think it'd be very back and forth. If it's alive, of course, Itachi versus Pain. Maybe it's like in the Rain Village. You'd have to make it make sense. Let's say, for example, Pain tries to kill Sasuke. Itachi doesn't like that. They end up scrapping in the Rain Village. It'd be a very, very interesting battle. Itachi would have to use his deduction ability, his intelligence, to deal with Pain's extremely high AP arsenal and hacks as well. He'd probably have to fight in a very succinct and quick manner because Pain will outlast him, especially if he's ill at this point in time. Now, if it's like relatively healthy Itachi, he would do well against most of the paths. The Diva would be the most problematic, of course. I mean, obviously, being a bias, I'm going to say Itachi wins, but it'd be a very, very good fight. thematically, I'd have them converse their ideologies as well. You know,
Yeah, for sure.
Itachi converse with him like, hey, you're trying to establish peace through, you know, the means of fear and intimidation. You're a tyrant. You're a totalitarian. Pain would have the same kind of conversation you had with Naruto. It's like, hey, you have your form of justice, I have mine. You know, I know you don't know what true pain is. It'd be a very good philosophical discussion as well, philosophical debate, while also them, you know, obviously physically having an altercation as well. It'd actually be a very good fight to create, to illustrate.
So the way I'm like imagining it right now would be like, imagine like Itachi wasn't like the good guy at the end of the day, right? Maybe he really is this like antagonistic, evil guy who actually intentionally killed his own brethren and things of that sort.
Oh God! Yeah.
And then he actually does go and fight Pain because he wants to be the leader of some sort. He's tired of being undermined or whatever it may be. And it would be a damn good fight, right? Obviously.
Yeah.
And then because Itachi is ill, he would probably have to resort towards like something more hacks based and probably use Izanami to conform the ideologies that Nagato has attained throughout his lifetime. And so therefore would win the battle through his genjutsu, but also like, you know, blind one of his eyes as a result. And then that would like enable Sasuke enough of like a power cliff to like overtake Itachi with this handicap, and maybe that would be the way he takes out Itachi as a result. So
yeah, it's a good point.
I don't know, just spitballing, but it would be a really cool like
Izanami would definitely be a good win con for Itachi. That's a good point as well. Yeah, that would definitely be something he would attempt, especially if it's a battle of attrition. He'd know like, hey, I'm not going to last much longer. I'm gonna have to end this. So yeah, that'd be a good point. A good win con as well. Yeah, and Pain would obviously exploit his illness. So you're right about that as well. So yeah.
Yeah, like Pain and Itachi, it's a very, like I said, that's one of the most contentious, controversial topics out there. But what's it called? It just really boils down to your perspective of how the scaling goes. If you just think Itachi is just way more like stronger, then obviously he speed blitzes and wins. If you think they're on a similar level, then it just boils down to abilities, intelligence, and who can outlast, and etc. And at that point, you know, you could still argue for either way. If I had to choose, I'd probably be more leaning with Pain still, because the link vision, he can counter any abilities he throws, you name it.
Yeah, especially if Itachi's already relatively ill, Pain would probably win.
Yeah, you know, and then if it's like, you know, and the only other side for Nagato, if you want to argue the spectrum, like if he's like massively strong or whatever, you would have to argue it in a sense to like analyze their Edo comparisons, and once again, it just boils down to how you argue it. It's all about your argumentation.
Yeah.
And either Itachi's going to be way more faster, or Nagato will be way more faster, or if you just think they're equal in stats, then it just boils down to who can do what. You know?
Yeah, exactly. And that one is one of the most contentious topics where ambiguity and disagreement is inevitable. Like if there's a very good chance that you and your friend won't agree on that. You know, it's one of those. So it really depends. Definitely.
Like I'll say this, like I feel like if Kishimoto wrote that fight to really happen on like legit terms, I don't think either or is speed blitzing. I do think it'd be a great fucking fight.
It'd be a great fight.
It could probably go who knows the way.
Yeah.
You know?
Look at the hacks abilities for sure.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, hacks is definitely gonna be utilized by both.
Like that's just me personally. I don't think Kishimoto would write it in a way where one of them's getting speed blitz. I highly doubt that.
Agreed.
Which is the better amp, Sage Mode or Mangekyo Sharingan? That's a good question.
That's a great question.
As far as the better amp, now
I'd say the Rinnegan. Like we're talking about the Rinnegan, right?
No, just Mangekyo Sharingan. Yeah.
Oh,
Sage Mode or Mangekyo Sharingan.
It's very similar, dude. Honestly,
I'd probably say Mangekyo because
same here.
The abilities you get along with Susanoo, and it's like for a way longer than fucking Sage Mode.
This is what I would say when
but
analyzing.
It comes at a price though. It can blind you over time.
So there's pros and cons. Yeah, there's pros and cons to both, right? Sage Mode gives you like an outside external energy form of being, which is the nature energy. So that allows you to utilize it without exhausting yourself. I mean, there's a limitation if
it's for forever as well.
Yeah. There's a limitation if you're new to it, like Naruto, like the time limit he had.
Yeah, Jiraiya and Naruto.
You can't move and collect energy as well.
Yeah, there's that.
Like eventually Naruto is able to activate it immediately. What's it called? Well, actually, no. Actually, no. Still, he can't do it, which is fucking crazy. And Boruto, I think he still needs time. But it was with his Caesium too. He could activate it immediately.
Yeah.
The only people that have ever been shown to do it instantly was Hashirama and Minato.
Yeah. So in terms of durability and endurance, probably Sage Mode. Because, yeah, Mangekyo Sharingan, you do begin to blind. You go blind. Your vision starts to hamper the more you utilize it. Sage Mode doesn't have that effect as long as you have the nature energy for it. Now, in terms of Arsenal, the Mangekyo
Yeah, and what's more
probably,
convenient at like the
yeah,
exact point in time, I'd say the
the
MS for
Mangekyo,
sure.
yeah, it usually
And
Yeah,
gets.
also,
way more.
Sage Mode is such a good kryptonite to fucking Ten Tails users or like Six Pass
Yeah,
users
Yeah.
as
yeah,
well.
yeah.
So
There's
like
that.
that's pretty damn useful
Yeah,
as
that's a
well.
great
Yeah.
advantage as well. Mangekyo Sharingan seems to give a more versatile arsenal. Usually, you get the Susanoo, you get
You
a
have Genjutsu,
Genjutsu.
Precog.
Yeah, the precog goes up, your stats go up as well. You usually get like a specialized ability like Amaterasu or
Yeah,
Tsukuyomi.
that's why
Or,
MS Sasuke would win against Sagemon Naruto, because literally fucking what's it called? Like he could be with a Genjutsu Naruto. What the fuck does he do? He's fucked. He could be able to, utilize Susanoo. He could be able to like this is so much shit he can be able to do. It just gives him more an advantage at that point in time for like conventional means. Like it's just more convenient in that regard. But if it boils down to like the stuff Jay was saying previously, then you would give it to Sage Mode. It just depends how you advocate for it.
yeah, it depends on your criteria.
You can't go wrong, guys.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it depends on your criteria for what's to be considered a better amp. So, yeah, it definitely comes down to that. Have you seen Itachi versus Pain manga version? No. I would love to see that fight animated though. Like not even like official,
sure.
but maybe like a anime YouTuber like animates. That'd be awesome.
That'd be lit.
Yeah. The newest JJK chapter proves that Gojo's a DMS Kakashi victim, by the way. Yeah, you're right. It does. By the way, maybe even a Jubidar victim, depending on how you argue Limbo working against Infinity. Yeah, DMS Kakashi would warp the space around him with Conway and yeah, destroy him. So you're correct about that. We know the answer to that now. So, it's stated to have the reputation of the strongest Kage, a reputation earned in his youth. All on here is not 8-Tails level. 8-Tails level. He probably would struggle against Killer Bee, probably. The main issue with Sukuna winning is that Yuji's going to need a generational Aspel to win. Yeah, I'm going to say this. Yuji's not going to beat him now. I'd highly, highly doubt that. That's going to, like you said, that'll be the Aspel of the century if he beats him now. With 19 fingers in Megumi's body, highly doubt it. Highly, highly doubt it. He might have a good fight. Sukuna already said, like, wow, this guy's strong, but I highly doubt he'll defeat him. I highly doubt it. Even fatigued. I'd be very surprised if they do that. If Madara was still alive, what would he think of Momo and Ishiki? Well, I mean, he'd be inferior. He wouldn't have a choice.
You probably hate them, to be honest.
Yeah,
like, they're not trying to create peace at all. Like, they're just trying to destroy shit for self-esteem.
Yeah, he probably wouldn't agree with them. Yeah. Hiruzen can destroy God tree branches and push out the full QB plus cancel against a miniature Buddhist statue. How strong would not sick EMS Itachi be? I mean, if he has EMS...
Like Edo Itachi,
yeah,
pretty much.
Edo Itachi, like, but stronger. Yeah, he'd have, like, the stamina and the chakra reserves, but higher stats, like tangible assets, basically. Yeah.
Precisely.
What if Amato made a clone of Madara? I mean, it would be kind of useless now. So it wouldn't be that strong.
Yeah, he's not going to do anything, man.
Doing shit now, yeah. He'd be stronger than the third because A said he'd handle the third. B might be stronger than, but non-perfect Jinchuriki. H should still be stronger than the four tails. Yeah, I agree with that. The eight-tailed Jinchuriki above four-tailed Naruto. Yeah.
For sure, absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. His adamantine staff would scale to Kushina and Kadin's adamantine chains that can suppress the Kibi and destroy the... I think they're talking about something else. Jay the Great, do you think Jiraiya's toad stomach would immobilize A in the Kage room, as Itachi said he had to use Amaterasu to break out of it? That's a good question. Would it
I think so, man.
him? Yeah, he doesn't have like...
Who's gotten it? Yeah.
He's a close quarter combatant. He needs his feet underneath him. So yeah, there's a good chance that could be the case. Yeah, he's not like Itachi that could just Amaterasu his way out of situations. So, what if Itachi was always evil? Oh man, I mean his fandom would be much less than it is today. People would probably hate him.
Facts.
Yeah, people would probably hate him. Kind of like Danzo. Uchiha man Tobirama was right. Good man. Is Tachi still
so
evil torturing your brother? Has no justification. Like America and the UK saying to Iraq citizens, "It was to help you, so forget it." I mean, yeah, but you could argue that's a false equivalency. This is a shinobi world after all. But you said that. Never mind. You did say morality, not shinobi world morality. Yeah, exactly. The shinobi world morality is a little different. It's the shinobi world in general, physically, is a different environment. Children are bred to be soldiers from a young age. That's the norm to them. Like us taking our kid to, taking your kid to elementary school is the same as them dropping them off in the fucking shooting exams to their deaths. So that's like normal to them.
Evil torturing is kind of like tough love in a way in that world, because like Uchiha like gained power from hatred and stuff like that. So it's like in a way Itachi was like morally helping out his brother, but in our morality it seems fucked
in
up.
In our reality he seems like a genocidal like psychopath, but in their reality,
brother and Tsukiyomi, like that's rough, bro.
In our reality, like the equivalent, like your kid comes back with a bad grade, that's the equivalent of like fucking Naruto, like Sasuke coming home with like all fucked up and beaten. That's like the equivalent in their world. It's normal to them.
Exactly.
So yeah, you got to put that in mind. But yeah, here he would be evil. Yeah, of course. I mean, genocide is like unaccepted in the first world modern civilization, Western civilization. I should say at least. So, if Kabuto's endless stage mode with body mods, then it is above Mangekyo Sharingan. Kabuto's with endless stage mode with body mods is above.
It's like infinite life in a way, as opposed to like the ability costing you life over time, in a way. Exactly. At least vision and
So sage mode Kabuto is like an anomaly though. He's not like the typical sage. Yeah.
Oh, definitely not.
I think sage mode is better than long term, but Mangekyo is better short term. Yeah, essentially. Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah. If you were in Uchiha survivor like Sasuke, what would you do if you were allowed to live? I probably would hate fucking Itachi too. I'm sure we all would. Oh, $2 from Kedrick. Oh, boxing question. Let's see what you got here. Appreciate that, brother.
Nice.
Talking of combat sports, Prime Mike Tyson versus Prime Floyd. Okay, I'm gonna be honest. If I'm being objective, Prime Tyson is like at least 80 pounds heavier than him, so he'd knock him out.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
That would be a horrible mismatch, and Floyd would get broken. His Philly shell defense wouldn't mean shit because he'd break him regardless, because he hit so hard. But if we're talking like skill to skill, Floyd's the better boxer. I mean, I think most can agree with that. He's the most technically. This is my subjective lens. He's the most technically sound boxer, defensively at least, I've ever seen. Think about it like this: 50 pro fights, never been cut by a punch. He's been cut, but it was by a headbutt. By I believe it was Maidana or Victor Ortiz. One of those guys headbutted him and he had a cut. That wasn't even from a punch. He's never been knocked down by a punch. He's been technically knocked down because he hurt his hand and he took a knee. That wasn't from a punch, though. That was like in the beginning of his career. So he's never been knocked down by a punch. So he's never been knocked down, never been cut in his entire career as a professional. That's how good Prime Floyd, or Floyd in general, is. But if we're being technical, yeah, Tyson's just too big, too strong, too dominant. He would maul Floyd badly. It'd be like lambs to the slaughter. He just beat him down, beat his arms down. Even if he blocks you get bruised. He'd get battered.
Absolutely.
Yeah, he'd get battered. We've seen bigger guys fight smaller guys that are technically sound, but they get battered. Like I saw Canelo, for example, fought I think his name was Liam Smith at 160, and he battered him. Like he was blocking everything, but his arms are a fucking mess. He got battered badly because of the power advantage you have when you're heavier. You're the heavier combatant. So, Steven with $5, I appreciate that, brother. Appreciate that.
Oh yeah, man.
Itachi shows how good Naruto world building is because people immediately view it through their morality, not ours. Yeah, exactly. The Naruto world building is very good, right? Because the way they established even the land of waves and etc. They immediately establish the sort of culture and traditions the Shinobi world has, right? They have like the Zabuza. Yeah. They have like the brutal mist history with Zabuza. They have Naruto being like shunned upon for being, Shinobi that has a demon inhabiting inside of him. It was very, very well established early on. We weren't confused about it. It wasn't like this was our world and Naruto was a child slave soldier. Like it made sense why he was a
very immersive. Yeah,
very
I can't agree
immersive.
more.
Yeah, it was very well done. So you have a point. I agree completely. The world building was fantastic from the very beginning. It made sense. All the trials these guys went through made sense because the world was established so well in an immersive fashion. So yeah, definitely right about that. I agree completely. Let me put that on the screen though real quick. Appreciate it, brother.
Yeah, well, it's articulated though. I can't agree more though.
Yeah, exactly.
It doesn't even make you think about our reality at all. And
yeah. It's not even a thought in our mind. Yeah. Exactly. So that's just Kishimoto's brilliance at work on display. So Very, very good fictional writer. Extremely, extremely talented. So, give me a second, folks. Let me put this on the screen. Appreciate all the donations, folks. Greatly appreciated. Goated. And all the people in the stream as well.
Yeah.
We got quite a few. Appreciate all you guys. Feel free to ask
Absolutely,
questions,
man.
folks, about anything. JJK, Bleach, combat sports, politics,
Anyway.
conspiracies, whatever you guys want. Feel free, man. We try to keep it versatile and, fresh. So,
I think Kendrick donated for a question as well.
let's see, Kedrick. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I saw it. Wait, let me see. Actually, I can go here and see all the chat of the donations.
Oh, nice.
There it is. I see. Okay. Primary Kage versus Prime Killer B Bloodlust. Got you, Kedrick. Primary Kage A versus Prime Killer B Bloodlust. That means Raikage would be in V2. I don't see Killer B being able to contend with that speed. Now, he'd be hard to kill, because if he's Bloodlusted, he'd probably be in his V2 form as well. That's an interesting altercation. Raikage would be faster, but it'd probably be hard for him to kill Killer B in his V2 form, if he's shooting Bijou bombs especially. That's a tough one. Raikage can stand toe-to-toe as far as chakra reserves. Kage states he has Bijou levels of chakra, so he does have that. He's like a tailless tailed beast, almost like Kisame in a way, as far as chakra reserves at least. If I had to choose...
Yeah, they're pretty damn relative, to be honest, man. Like, they're both, like, similar, like, speed scaling, AP, the double lariat. I mean, yeah, it's a tough one. I think, like... B might have an advantage with like long range attacks, like
exactly.
forms and things of that nature. More terrain advantage. It would really boil down to like how it starts off.
Exactly.
But B does know that they know each other quite well. So if they did go off, like I'm sure they would capitalize on what capitalize on whatever it would take to win the battle at the end of the day.
Yeah,
so
I agree. I'd say the margin for error for Raikage is smaller than Killer B. I think that he has less room for error. He's a close quarter combatant. He has to get in close. While conversely, the Killer B could spam Bijou bombs. He has the enhanced durability thanks to. I mean, so does Raikage, to be fair, with the lightning cloak. But the margin for error is smaller for the Raikage, so I would lean towards Killer B. It'd be very close though.
And those tentacles are tough too, bro. Like, I mean, they're literally like the 10-tailed beast form, like just like tanking that.
Exactly.
So it's pretty insane.
Yeah, exactly. I try to tell people to consider the world of Naruto. It is a militaristic, feudalistic world where kids learn from small ages to fight, and if need be, die for the state. Exactly. It's a completely different sort of reflection of human history. This is like the closest we probably had to this was probably early on in human civilization, when children were used for maybe like Greece. Greece would have like children learning how to fight. That'd be like the most similar real life civilization to Naruto. So my justification for Minato creating a clone of Madara is a clone of Jiraiya even standing a chance. Yeah, Minato definitely enhanced Kashin Koji though in comparison to Jiraiya, way stronger.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And he's a perfect sage, which Jiraiya never was. Yeah. If Prime Ali and Tyson were to be put in the UFC, how would they do? And what other fighting styles do you think they would learn? That's a great question, actually. Great question. So Tyson and Ali, we got to break down their styles. Ali is more elusive. Right? He's more elusive. He's more light on his feet, more defensive. I feel like he would be a great karate guy, maybe like a Lyoto Machida or like a Wonderboy Thompson. One of those guys. He would be very, very stringent on his striking ability, like the soundness of his technique, if you will. So I think he'd be maybe like a Silva, maybe like I said, like a Machida, one of those guys, like one of the great strikers in the sport. Tyson is Ali? Ali would probably be one of those. Tyson is more power based. Like he is technically sound, of course, extremely good on the inside. He's actually very underrated for his inside boxing. It's actually very, very good. What's a good comparison to him?
Maybe a Rampage.
Yeah,
right?
Rampage. Maybe like a Chuck Liddell. That's another good one.
A slugger, man.
Yeah, he'd be a slugger for sure. Like a Justin Gaethje, per se. He'd be one of those guys. He'd be a more power-based combatant. Like, obviously, Nagano's an easy, Francis Nagano's an easy comparison. But, he would be more of a brute, toe-to-toe guy, like a Dustin Poirier type. While Ali would be more like a Jones, Silva. Now, as far as other disciplines, I would say Ali, I feel like he'd be into jiu-jitsu. He's into the arts of combat.
Yeah,
Yeah, Tyson would be more like a fucking Tyron Woodley. Like he knows how to defend takedowns, but he wants to knock you the fuck
that's a
out.
good comparison.
Yeah,
That's a good comparison right there. Yeah,
so something
exactly.
like that. Something like that. Ali would be more of like a Silva, while Tyson would be more of like I said, like a Woodley or like a Kamaru
Rampage
Usman,
Jackson.
Rampage Jackson, one of those
Yeah.
guys. Yeah. So yeah, that's like their personalities. Their styles, their sort of ideologies in combat. Yeah. And Ali would be a prolific shit talker. I mean, he was, but he would be in the UFC as well.
Oh, that'd be legendary, man.
That'd be he'd
Yeah.
probably by far be the best heavyweight shit talker of all time in the UFC history. Easy. Yeah. Um, five underrated powerful jutsu. I think the Hydra jutsu is super underrated. That's a good one. Five underrated jutsus.
That's underrated.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, the Hydra Snakes is just so overlooked because it's so minimally utilized that it's not really even
I
remembered.
think May's jutsu is kind of underrated too. Like, if it
Yeah.
was just like a better practitioner, that jutsu would be broken.
Broken.
To be
Kake
honest.
Tota. Yeah.
The immortality jutsu
Oh
from
man,
Idon.
very
That's
underrated.
fucking broken,
Yeah, it
dude.
just happens to
Yeah.
be like utilized by like a retard. But yeah, it's a very good ability. It's another good one.
Hmm.
Maybe even Sasori is underrated. Maybe his abilities as well, like the poison. I don't know. I mean, it's not really an ability. It's like a affinity, but his arsenal, like the 100 puppets. I feel like his arsenal in general is underrated a lot. Um,
Maybe even like shadow paralysis would fall underneath the same guidelines if it was like a
yeah,
stronger
that's
adversary. Like that'd be
overlooked a
pretty
lot.
broken.
Yeah, that's pretty
Yeah.
broken as well.
Wait, what are you guys talking about?
Five underrated jutsu.
Yeah, the five underrated powerful jutsu. People that
Oh,
overlooked
okay.
a lot. Yeah, but those are some good ones. I think those are some of the ones that come to mind. Yeah.
Shadow Possession's goaded.
Yeah, definitely.
Cause like let's say you're Hashirama and you use a
Yeah,
shadow,
bro.
like, they're fucked. That's it.
Exactly, man. That's what
Yeah.
I'm saying.
Or moderate, like if you just scale high enough and have a lot of chakra and you have Shadow Possession, that's such a good jutsu, bro.
Yeah. Kadin says he has Biju level chakra output, not the same thing as total reserves. It's a semantic argument, though.
Yeah, he's
yeah.
Bijou level.
Yeah, Biju level kind of covers that, but yeah, you could argue she doesn't mean reserves specifically, but output kind of implies reserves for the output.
Exactly. Yeah.
Old Simpsons has the best writing in Western animation. Oh, the Simpsons were good, bro. Yeah. Isn't it like the longest running TV show in history or some shit?
I think that's just crazy long.
What's going on, Prodigy? Thanks for coming in, brother. It's been a minute. Sorry, I've been
shit.
around. Just lost a brother. Hey, man, I'm sorry about that, brother. Really sorry about that.
Oh, my condolences, brother. I hope you're doing all right,
Condolences.
man.
Thanks for coming in, brother, and thanks for taking your time to come in. Do you think it's a valid criticism of the story of Naruto that there aren't scenes of Kurama? Oh, this is what you asked on the announcement. My bad. I didn't get to it. The story of Naruto that there aren't scenes of Kurama and Obito apologizing to the people they hurt for their evil actions. I got into the argument on Tumblr over this. That's a good question. Obito did so more with action towards the end. He sacrificed himself for the cause of the fate of the world. So that's kind of his
for his sins.
Yeah, that's kind of like his indirect apology.
Because if it wasn't him, Kakashi would have died.
Yeah, Kakashi would have died. So I do think he kind of not redeemed himself, but he attempted to die with less blood on his hands towards the end. Now, do I think he should have apologized on top of that? Yeah, he should have. That would have obviously added to like his redemption moment. But he more so apologized. Kurama really didn't. He kind of just said, "Hey, Naruto, let's team up." So he didn't really apologize for the shit he did.
No, not at all.
There's more merit to say that he deserves some criticism, or the story as well. So yeah, the Kurama criticism is valid. I do agree. He just magically became best friends with Naruto. So it was less earned, in my opinion, than Obito. Obito sacrificed his life. So the Kurama one is more valid. Even the Obito one is valid, but the Kurama one especially, I'd say.
Kurama sacrificed his life too, and
Oh, that's true. That's true. Boruto, he did sacrifice his life. Yeah, he did sacrifice his life for the world. So. Nah, Bronze Age civilization is similar to the Shinobi world, low-key, with the amount of genocide, indoctrination, and nationalism. Yeah, in general, when you go, the more far back you go in human history, the less morality there seems to be. All right, because humans are very, like, it seems implied at least that humans are just starting to initiate, rational thought. They're just evolving into these sort of creatures that can use rational thought, that could distinguish from right and wrong. We're not just simply trying to survive from predation. The evolutionary adaptations we begin to attain happens over time during human history. So yeah, back in time, there's more, I would say, prevalence of less morality and more so cruel methods for success. So yeah, I agree with you there. Compared to today, of course, so genocide, indoctrination, and nationalism was radical back then. Nationalism was radical. If we think today was radical, I mean, look at the Bronze Age. Look at those times in history, extremely radical in their ideology.
Yeah, there seems to have been like a huge consciousness shift between
exactly.
society amongst these like periods of time. It's crazy to fathom.
Exactly. Like they call it what do they call it? The Great Enlightenment, like in Western civilization. There's the Industrial Revolution, which is technological advancement, and then there's the Great Enlightenment, which is like the philosophical epiphany of like, all right, morality and fairness.
Antithesis would be the Dark Ages.
Exactly. That's like the antithesis of the Great Enlightenment. So
yeah,
that represented like morality matters, fairness, equity, equality, the right to equal opportunity, freedom, things like that. So yeah, you're right about that. Well, boy, nationalism, that's a relative new concept. Tribalism, though, I'd say has always existed. Nationalism is like a specific version of tribalism. So yeah, you're right about that. But tribalism has existed, and even amongst just pure instinctual species, they have tribalism. Packs, wolf packs, lion packs, cubs with their mother bears. There's always been tribalism in all species, I'd say, that are social. So more specifically, that their victims don't get screen time and are forgotten by the story afterwards. Yeah, that's annoying. Like Gojo, for example. If Pain was to fight Orochimaru, all three signing and he uses Part 1 Edos, can Pain just use his chakra rust to paralyze him, or use soul steel as they would most likely be used against? That's actually a good question. Can you rip out the souls of the Edos?
Yeah, absolutely.
I would assume so. Yeah, I would assume so.
Why wouldn't he?
Yeah, they have souls just like a live, their live iterations. So I'm sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
I would deduce. Yeah, I think the Uzumaki chains are severely underrated as well. Kushina held down the full Nine Tails near death. Imagine what she could do at full power. Yeah. The Uzumakis are heralded for their life force, for their ability to, be used as vessels, forged in Cherokee. So yeah, they're certainly underrated, and that's true. Even near her death.
Yeah, that's why the chains are even like practical. It's because of the amount of chakra they have to like use to like restrain the Biju in the first place. If it was like I don't know, let's say like Ino, right? She's not gonna do shit with the chains, right?
Yeah, not at all. It's their life force and chakra, like their chakra efficiency and chakra reserves that really allow that. So technically speaking, the Leaf Village enslaved Kurama. I mean, yeah, they were discriminated against. That's true. They were. All of them were. All the tailed beasts were discriminated against as weapons of mass destruction.
Yeah, that's it.
That's true.
I feel like they weren't sentient.
Yeah, they didn't seem as sentient, sentient beings that deserve care or anything. They seem as like mere weapons or mere usage to an end.
Leverage tools.
Yeah. It's basically mere means to an end. That's all that they were seen as, like nuclear weapons, basically. The Simpsons fell off hard a long time ago. Yeah, the hype for it, it's true. Yeah, it's true. It's not like it was. Once was.
I'm with you. Even Family Guy too.
Yeah,
to be honest.
The golden era of that was like when we were kids. Like the Simpsons,
exactly.
Yeah, Family Guy, Simpsons. Yeah, kind of like those are those shows that last so long that eventually the major hype starts to diminish. So.
Exactly. Yeah.
Did you see him inside of Kushina? He was crucified to a ball of lava. Yeah. Kushina was hell of a sealer. Yeah. Hiden's jutsu gets a bad reputation because Hiden is too much of a fucking idiot to be smart with it. Yeah, dude, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But his jutsu, though, is fucking broken.
Broken. Yeah. God forbid someone with Raikage or KCM speed has that. Oh, dude. Yeah, everyone's fucked. Sure.
Literally, man.
What would Aizen and Madara's Fuse personality be like? Extremely narcissistic, Machiavellian,
very intellectual,
very intellectual, very intellectual. It'd be quite the Chad, to be honest.
I can't wait to see Aizen in the new anime, bro. What is he gonna do, man? He's just like,
I've heard great things, man. I just gotta wait and see what he does. I can't wait to see what he's gonna do. What if the 5 Kage went after Obito and the Biju, Sasuke and Itachi went after Edo Madara, and Naruto and B go after Kabuto? Who wins in these? Oh, okay, so switched. Okay, 5 Kage versus Obito and the Biju.
They get wiped, bro.
Yeah, they're not gonna stand a chance against him either. Maybe
Sorry.
maybe they wouldn't get as wiped as hard as they did against Madara, but they'd still get wiped. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, he's faster than all of them, including the Raikage. Honestly, even
Mhm.
with Onuki helping, I'd still think he'd be faster.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna help much, to be
It's a
honest.
different level of speed. I mean, plus the Bijou shooting Bijou bombs. They don't have anyone that can kick away Bijou bombs. They don't have anyone that can stalemate 6 Bijou bombs. They don't have a Naruto on the field. So.
They have May.
They have May. Yeah, so yeah, they would lose. Sasuke and Itachi after Edo Madara, they get washed by fucking Madara. Yeah, they get washed.
Yeah,
Really
yeah,
bad.
absolutely.
Really, really bad. Yeah. Naruto and Bigo after Kabuto. That would be interesting, but Itachi's skills over those two, I think they'd be too slow unless he gets like KCM 2. But
Yeah, if it's just KCM1 Naruto and B, yeah, I'm sorry, they're too slow to really do anything, to be honest.
they get wiped. Yeah, they get wiped.
Facts.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Name 5 overrated jutsus. 5 overrated? Let's see. Overrated. Tandem paper bomb jutsu from Tobirama.
Yeah, that's a good one, bro, for sure, dude.
Let's
Yeah.
see. What else is overrated?
Overrated, man.
That's a good question, actually.
Maybe like I don't want to say it, but like I kind of want to say Kodo because like it's only really useful in a 1v1
true.
situation.
It's true.
But like if you have homies next to you, like it's like 10 years of like build up for nothing.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Like,
That is kind of true. Kodo, I guess, is in a way overrated. It's not really utilized that much. And there is utilized in a major moment, but it's not utilized that much. What else would be overrated? That's a good question. Let's see.
yeah, I don't really hear many overrated jutsus, to be
Yeah,
honest.
you
Like,
can technically argue the 8 gates, not for Guy, but for everybody else. Like might die was ass with it. Like maybe that's overrated. So the 8 gates depends upon the user, not specifically just the ability. Yeah, that's a hard question.
yeah,
That's a hard question.
that is a hard question.
Yeah, that's
for
the few I can
sure.
come up
Yeah.
with. Yeah. So what's going on, Jim? Oh, Alexa's in here. Hey, Alexa. Alexa, you got one upped by
Hey, guys.
Sir Goats. By the way. You see
Oh
it
yeah,
on the
Sir Ghost
screen.
been putting in work today, bro.
You were like the leader in the super chats, but yeah, Sir Goats has surpassed you. Sorry. Shout out to Sir Goats, man. Fucking goat. Shout out to everyone.
Shout
by the
out,
way.
everyone, man. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Let's see. Is it wrong that I think Naruto's piece is merely surface level and that Nagato Madara was right? No, they have merit in their. Oh, Madara specifically has merit in his ideology, so you could actually argue for him. Yeah, that is true about the exchange. It only has the level of potential with Uzumaki's because of the high chakra and life force. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly, man.
The
Yeah.
main criticism of Kurama is that he willingly destroyed the village even after being freed from Obito's control. Yeah, he had like deep hatred towards humans. Deep, deep, deep disdain. Probably because of Madara controlling him like a mere puppet, and then him being like fucking sent to a village like a fucking toy, fucking teddy bear or fucking chew toy, you know. So that really built resentment inside of him. So
Yeah, being genjutsu'd and forced to do things against your will, no one's gonna like that, to be
Yeah.
honest. You know, especially when you're that powerful. Like, who the fuck are you to like make me bow down? Like, come
exactly,
on, you know?
yeah, you're gonna build deep resentment when you're getting treated like a fucking slave, you know. So
Yeah, bro.
basically that's what he was. Kabuto wipes Naruto and B. Yeah, facts. I joined late, so I don't know if you guys already covered it, but what do you think Toriyama scales? Tobirama. So
gosh.
Tobirama, man. This is what I say about his
Who do you
scaling.
scale to, Jay?
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
As far as like his peak, like who he could contend with. Let's look at the Akatsuki, for example. Obviously he beats Yana and Kakuzu, could all say that. He'll beat Datara.
maybe Sasori.
Maybe
right?
Sasori. Yeah, maybe Sasori he could deal with. He has a lot of chakra, flying Raijin, tandem paper bond jutsu, stuff like that. Maybe
Most
Sasori.
technically.
Kisame,
Yeah.
that's very circumstantial.
No.
It depends on how that goes, but yeah, that's a tough matchup for him.
He's reacting to B2 Killer B, bro.
Yeah,
like, I'm sorry,
B2
but I
Killer
don't see
B.
Tobirama being that fast.
Yeah,
bro.
that would be like
Yeah.
his peak, like Kisame. I'd have to really like maybe we'll do a video in the future because that one's Tobirama scaling is so controversial. We'll do like our homework and maybe we'll change slightly in our views, but yeah, like upper middle Akatsuki level is like Tobirama.
I'd say some sort of like Kisame. Like,
Yeah,
right
he's like around that level.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you're using like realistic scaling, yeah. What's going on, Jem? Thanks for coming in. The main criticism of Kurama is I just read that. What if the Renegon was Uzumaki's dojutsu and every Uzumaki had it? I mean, we'd have a lot of Nagatos running around, basically.
Every single Uzumaki had it? Oh my
God,
gosh.
they'd
Yeah.
be above the Uchiha.
Yeah.
They'd be the top clan. To be frank, Kagura almost set the Bijou up for failure immediately. What was I? Lost it. Like the one in the Itachi fight, because Emma Sasuke now has Amaterasu himself. Even if Heavy can't use Kirin, a stronger Sasuke can, and stronger Kirin. Uses amped Kirin from Amaterasu. Oh, can 5 Kage-sama uses amped Kirin from Amaterasu? Yeah, I don't see why not. I don't see why not. He even used it in Boruto.
Well, yeah, if you can use Amaterasu himself, I don't see why not, for sure.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure you could set up the same parameters he did, like he did against Itachi. Yeah, for sure.
Precisely. Yeah.
Chidori is overrated. Just to kunai instead. Just use a kunai. I guess Chidori is a good
Damn.
one.
Yeah.
$2.
Also, normal Rasengan, to be honest, bro. That shit's
Yeah.
so lame, in my opinion. Like,
That's
it's so overrated, bro.
kinda
Yeah, I
true.
get it, it's powerful, but it's just like too much.
Kind of
bro.
true. It's kind of true. Yeah.
Yeah.
$2 from Kedrick. I appreciate that, bro. Can you give an example of a red herring? Yeah. So a red herring, first of all, the definition is the attempt to stir away the conversation from the topic at hand or from the premises being discussed and conflicted against. So an example, a good one, right? Red herrings differ. You could have extreme red herrings where, let's say you're talking about apples, right? And then so the other guy, the guy you're talking about with brings up oranges. That's a complete and blatant red herring, right? But there's subtle ones that can be used very cleverly. I would say in a sophist nature in a debate. A good example would be, let's say for example, you're asking your parent to go if you could use their car, right? And then they say no, and then you say, oh, but I can go get you coffee with it. So why wouldn't you let me use it? Right? That's a clever red herring because you are changing the specific subject at hand, but you're aiding your argument with this change in, even if it's a slight change in subject, right? So that's a red herring. That's a clever one, and I would say it's a sophist one. The previous one, right, the former is a weak red herring, which is extremely blatant and easy to catch.
Yeah.
So those are that's like a bad red herring and a good one. If you're smart with red herrings, they could be honestly any fallacy could be used pretty well if you're smart. If you're a good sophist. So if you want to win a debate and argue in bad faith, red herrings are a good tool. I'm not gonna lie. Red herrings are a good tool. Red herrings, I said the best. I made a video on this a while ago. The best fallacies are red herrings and probably appeals to emotion. Those are some of the best in debates if you're good at fallacious arguments. They're even hard to catch. You might not even notice it, because you're that good at utilizing them. So red herring is a very, very typical one. I think the most typical, especially in social media, is appeal to emotion by far. It's not even close. But red herrings are utilized quite often as well. So
all the fucking time.
Yeah,
dude.
all the fucking time. Yeah, all the time. Politics and fucking even in fields of academia everywhere. So yeah, great question though. By the way, yeah. If you're arguing in good faith, you should try to avoid fallacies at all costs. But yeah, sometimes
Yeah, I agree completely.
Yeah,
don't rely on them.
Yeah. Your deduction argumentation should be the main, the main tool you utilize. So at least you should try. 10 and paper bombs equals 10 tail blast. Casey Naruto tank the cataclysm, bro's ass. Facts, man, facts. Hashirama versus Casey and Minato is like Pain versus Kakuzu. Hashirama picks up Minato like a cat, kills him.
Damn.
Casey and Minato? I don't know about that, but
No, I'm sorry. My money would actually be on KCM too.
Yeah, especially with the one shot
so far.
Yeah, the one shot.
Yeah,
that made
absolutely.
him scale
I'm sorry,
him so
he
high.
clears Madara and Hashirama, but if it's like base Minato, or like Sage Minato, yes, I would say Hashirama wins.
Yeah, exactly. Let's see. Don't know if y'all are aware of this, but Seth has returned. Seth the pedo? Oh, he's been streaming on Twitch.
I haven't even heard about him at all.
I haven't heard shit about that loser. He started streaming on Twitch and YouTube. Really? He made a new Twitter account. Used regularly.
He can, bro. He still has all the supporters and
he still has like 850,000.
Hella money, so
yeah, for sure. You're not gonna be able to. He'd have to do something criminal to really be erased. I mean, that is criminal, but I mean, like, extreme.
Well, actually,
radical.
not really, because look at EDP.
Oh, God. That motherfucker needs to go to prison, for sure.
Yeah, like you can
positively
still
to
do
him?
illegal shit and still have a
6
crazy, big-ass community and
That's
be rich.
interesting.
So,
Yeah, made a Twitter account, and 6 even replied positively to him there. Really? That's surprising. To each their own, I guess. I don't fuck with Seth, but I mean,
Yeah, let him do what he wants to do, I suppose. Yeah.
he's a grown man, so do what he wants. Yeah, to me, he has to earn our like support. You know,
Respect, bro.
Respect and
Absolutely.
support. He did pedophilic activities. He treated Clyde like shit, and all his friends like dog shit, including like to the point where their mental health was deteriorating. And he scammed all of us for the fucking.
like he has
And,
to earn it. He has to earn it because if you just try to give him a slap on the wrist type vibe or start being nice or whatever, he's gonna go back to his old ways.
Yeah, that's why a couple of weeks of like, oh, he's nice now. It doesn't mean shit. I need to. We'd have to see consistent. Like
it's too fresh, bro.
Yeah, it's too fresh. It's too fresh. Yeah, he has to regain our trust and our support and all that. So right now, it's fuck Seth, the pedo. But hey, maybe in maybe a year he changes and we start thinking of him differently. Right now, no, though. I'm just being honest, man. So
yeah,
at least to me, just from my lens, I'm just being honest.
Yeah, no, like that. I'm sorry, but that shit that 6 did, he should not have done that. Like that's completely unnecessary. Because then he'll start getting in a mentality of like, oh wow, all right, some time went by, so everything should be good now. Let me just start trying to be friends with everyone again about it. No, fuck that.
Yeah,
fuck
that
that
shit, man. Yeah.
Then they don't change. Then they don't learn. Like
There's
this is the time where he needs to kind of go through it.
When it comes to friends, this is what I say about friends. I will be your friend if you do something that isn't morally irredeemable. Like if you do something like, oh, you fucking, I don't know, just some example that's small. I'm like, all right, like that's fine. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't agree with it, but we're still friends. But if you do some pedophilic activity, I'm like, bro, I don't fuck with you. We're done.
we can't help you there.
No, I'm sorry. We just can't, bro. Like,
that's morally irredeemable to the point where I'm like, all right, we're not friends anymore, bro. Sorry, like we're done. So to each their own. But yeah,
like no matter what, like at the end of the day, at least it was something where he's just like texting weird shit on Discord compared to him actually trying to do like a sexual activity.
EDP,
You know what I mean? So like at least it wasn't to that extreme.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's still disgusting and ridiculous. And no matter what, I'm sorry, like nobody wants to fuck with that, bro.
Yeah, no, I don't fuck with that. He has some work to do in my eyes, at least. I'm being honest. So
it was extremely sus behavior, even though it wasn't like proof, whatever, like 100%. I mean, like the testimonies of everyone who like came against him, it's just too coincidental. And I don't believe that the narrative for them to do it against him was just like to make him look bad or gain clout. Like I genuinely believe that based off what we heard in the podcast and all these things, like he had some role to play in the situation, and it's only right to like be at least questionable of his acts and who he really is as an individual. So,
whether he likes it or not, whether fans of Seth like it or not, people are always going to ask, what if that girl would have said yes? Like when he asked her, like, hey, do you want to come out, I'll fly you out? What if she would have said yes? What would have happened then? We were always going to ask ourselves that, like, dead ass, and he's going to have to live with that forever, for a long fucking time. And that's his fault.
That shit fucks with people too, bro. It really does fuck with kids, man. It's not okay at all.
That's not okay at all. It's not, that's like a mental disorder, man, dead ass. So, yeah, that's he has some work to do in my eyes. I'm not gonna lie. Just being real. I'm not gonna even cap. It is what it is. So, I think Tobirama can beat Kisame. I'm not gonna lie. I was a huge fan of Seth. I was a bigger fan of his than fucking Swag at one point before all this bullshit. But hey, once you do something like that, man, it's raps, dude. Sorry.
I don't always get you, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
that's a bite ass eventually.
I can't tolerate that shit, man. I think Tobirama can beat Kisame's Sasori except for Fuse Kisame. He would have to retreat with Flying Thunder God. And realistically, I don't think Kisame would have the opportunity to fuse an actual fight. That's fair. It's fair. Yeah.
Yeah, fuse Kisame for sure, but even Kisame not fuse was reacting to V2B with his sword.
Yeah, even then he was pretty impressive. That's more contentious, but it's still he was still very impressive in base, so
absolutely.
He said he spent all his time going to therapy and conceded fully that he was an egotistical asshole to people. He still vehemently denies the pedo allegations. I mean, you can deny it, but the proof is there, man.
Prove it, man.
I don't give a fuck.
For sure.
You
don't change that quickly either.
I don't give a fuck what people deny. I give a fuck what's shown. That's what matters. What's empirically shown and observed. That's how core law works, So.
Yeah.
So I don't give a fuck what he denies, So, what if Sasuke did? Oh, $5 from Josh. I appreciate that, brother.
Josh.
Appreciate you coming in. Oh, Bleach question.
Oh yeah.
Make sure this goes up here, In Bleach, are the captains and lieutenants able to defeat the 5 Kage? Would Sharingan make any difference with Bleach characters? That's a great question. So, captains against the 5 Kage. Scaling is definitely contentious. I'm starting to believe that light speed is more common in Bleach than not. You know, you have Ceros,
Absolutely.
you have like the weakest Spada fucking dodging light beams, all kinds of weird shit. So
I agree completely.
I think people of a captain's caliber would, I think they would scale quite high, and at least in terms of speed. I would say someone like Byakuya Kushiki, dude, definitely above light speed. Some of Byakuya's caliber.
Certainly.
Unohana,
Kenpachi.
Unohana, Kenpachi, Mayuri probably with his modifications. Guys like that.
I agree.
Yeah, lieutenants. I mean,
maybe it's like Renji.
Maybe like a top lieutenant, like Renji or Tojiro's lieutenant, whatever the chick's name is.
Rangiku. Yeah,
Rangiku. Got people like that probably would. Now the Sharingan would make a difference. It would enhance precog. Again, so like let's say someone of Itachi's caliber, light speed and above, has a Sharingan, it would help against some of these individuals. So I do think it would help with the precog and the reactionary ability. But I would say get 5 captains, good ones, Byakuya, let's say, and like the top dogs. I think they'd have a very good shot at beating the Kage.
I don't know if they'd be Genjutsu though, because like it seems like in Bleach you need to have like more like quote unquote let's say chakra or spiritual pressure to even affect them with things of that sort. Even though like Shinji had his own kind of weird hacks with Genjutsu, same with Aizen, but nonetheless, I think you'd have to like be more potent in terms of your own supply of like spiritual energy to even affect them in that regard.
Exactly.
So yeah,
I would say the best rational deduction to compare chakra and spiritual pressure is just to like equalize them. There's no way to like truly objectively choose how they would interact, but the captains have immense spiritual pressure. Immense.
They definitely do.
Yeah, it's immense. Like someone like May, I highly doubt would have. I mean, it's all rational. It's pure speculation, but I highly doubt May would have the level of energy, just in general, that someone like fucking Byakuya would have.
Dude, Kenpachi just cut open a fucking meteor, bro.
Yeah, like someone like Kenpachi's caliber, I highly doubt May would have the same level of chakra as he does spiritual pressure. Highly doubt it.
Hell no.
So they probably get fucked up, but like the best captains that you have to offer would probably fold 5 Kage.
It's not even counting like Yamamoto, of course.
Yeah, oh my god, Yamamoto, that's overkill if you bring his ass in there.
Yeah.
He's like blatantly at least planet level, so at least. So
absolutely.
Yeah. Even if you think the dimensions are even larger, he's even larger than that. But it all depends on how you scale that. But yeah, it's quite substantial. Bleach characters actually scale quite high. You have to start talking about 6-pass characters to really stand a chance against captain and stuff like that. Yeah, they scale quite high. Let's see here. Great question though, by the way. Great question.
Yeah, that's a cool one. Definitely.
I would definitely enjoy those. And for what it's worth, I believe that he believes that the pet allegations are false. He's been way too consistent. I don't know if he's been consistent.
Of course he believes it.
In the Keemstar stream, he was extremely inconsistent with the story. Very inconsistent.
His reaction video, too, was kind of shoddy, to be honest.
It was dog shit. It was a horrible. It wasn't even a defense. I don't know what the hell that shit was. It was like a shifting of blame. He was talking about other people. Yeah,
and you want to talk about red herrings. That video had a ton of red herrings.
That was a blatant red herring, man. The video was a red herring.
Holy shit.
Oh, god damn. Like, is this even a defense video? Is this you talking shit about other people? I don't understand this.
Bro. Exactly. Like, who's that one guy on Keemstar's stream? Like, Pat God or whatever?
Pat God.
He's just trying to, like, roast him, bro.
Yeah, like, what the fuck? Like, he's not even involved in this.
Yeah, exactly.
What are you talking about him for? I don't understand that. How strong would a 6-pass Hashirama and Baramo Minato be, and who could they beat? 6-pass Hashirama and Baramo Minato? Jesus Christ. 6-pass Hashirama? I mean, you can only assume it to be even stronger than Naruto and fucking Sasuke, probably, or at least equal, like relative.
For sure.
So he would have the success they had in Boruto. As far as Minato and Baryon mode, there's always like,
he wouldn't be as strong as Naruto.
Nah.
It was Baryon, but
he doesn't have 6-pass. He hasn't been like with Kurama as long, things like that. The fusion probably isn't as efficient. Hashirama could probably beat Otsutsuki level threats if he's like Naruto and Sasuke 6-pass. Now Minato with Baryon would beat a lot of people, probably even Madara, but I don't see him beating like Otsutsuki and stuff like that. I think he starts to struggle with that. If he doesn't have 6-pass chakra, probably not.
Yeah, on top of the Vario mode, yeah, definitely. It's quite an
Yeah,
amp 6 fast mode for sure, man.
yeah,
Absolutely, the Vario mode is too. Don't get me wrong.
yeah,
So,
it's huge, but
it,
yeah, six pass is something that Naruto's definitely had when he fucked up Ishiki. So,
mhm.
I know it's a hot take, but the MS is overrated. Quite literally, the most counterintuitive power I've ever heard of. You go blind if you use it. Yeah, that's a good point. That's true. Yeah, MS, if it's not EMS, it's very, very give and take type of ability. Yeah. He also said that he befriended Omar. I mean, he could say whatever he wants, man, but I honestly don't give a shit what he has to say anymore. I have to
I
see.
think he's only trying to do this shit because he got caught, man.
Yeah,
Like
I have to
of
see.
course, the
Yeah, I have to
yeah.
see change. I don't give a fuck what he says. Me personally, that's just me. But
No, I agree completely,
yeah,
man. Yeah,
yeah,
exactly.
so fuck that. What if Obito was never talked no jutsu? He'd basically be another Madara if he was not able to be talked no jutsu. Um, but he was because he has weak conviction. So, um, some people think that Minato needed KCM to compare and be able to keep help with the other Hokage. Is that true? No, he didn't need KCM to keep up with the other Hokage. Maybe Hashirama, but besides that, no, I wouldn't say he needed. He showed up
Hmm.
in base and was already being established as superior and body flickered to Tobirama. That was in base. So I hate the idea of subjective morality as a reason why most people see things as irredeemable. Yeah, that's a good point. This is this thing that we discussed streams ago. Someone asked about moral realism, right? And then people were asking, "Do you believe in a moral fact?" Right? And this is the way I look at that. We discussed this a long time ago, like 20 streams
Yeah,
ago. But moral fact, I would say, if I had to try to be as fair as possible, exists in general in modern Western civilization, right? I always say a good template is like the Ten Commandments in the Judeo-Christian Bible, right? Like thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not steal. The vast majority of individuals in Western civilization consider that to be the holy scripture as far as laws and regulations. Now you could argue that's an
objective
appeal.
morality.
Yeah, you could
Yeah,
argue that's an appeal to populace or to populum, which is an appeal to the majority. That's fair, but morality is so ambiguous and gray that people universally accept these things as basically fact for the most part. Like if you were to ask 99.9% of the population about Ted Bundy, they'd all say that he's a fucking piece of shit, right? That's kind of like a fact to the populace. Now, do I literally believe moral facts exist on a technical, literal sense? No. You can go back to different cultures where they literally sacrifice themselves to their gods and shit. Obviously, the morality, their moral compass greatly differs from our own. Now, I get what you're saying, though, the idea of subjective morality. It starts to become a problem when you get to the morally gray aspects of morality. The death penalty, abortion. That's where it gets messy. Because the morality is not so black and white. Or it's not as cut and dry, right? It's
it's
more
regarding a person's
ambiguous.
life.
Yeah,
It's very complex.
the
Yeah,
moral compass starts to become more and more hazy, right? The moral threshold of what's considered right and wrong gets hazy once you get to politics, abortion, death penalty. So I agree with you there, right? I agree with you there when it comes to the extreme cases like murder, stealing. But when it comes to like the moral grayness, it's very hard to establish a moral fact. Like ask a liberal and a conservative, well, what do you think about abortion? Do you think that A or Y or X is a fact? And be like, fuck no. So it's
absolutely not.
yeah, it's very it's a very, very volatile thing, morality is. So I get what you're saying though. Like the extremes, like the black and whites of morality are basically moral facts to the vast majority of the population. If you want to
Hmm.
be fair. So according to him, he'd have blocked her if she said yes. I find that unlikely, but believe what you want to believe. Yeah, man. I mean, you could say, oh, I would have blocked her if she said I could fly her out.
Yeah, he can say whatever he
In
wants to
hindsight, well,
reconcile.
I mean, of course he's gonna
Yeah,
say that. Why would he admit
yeah,
that? Yeah.
literally, dude.
Why would he admit? Oh
Exactly.
yeah, I would have flown her out. Like, come on, man. But yeah, like you said, believe what you want to believe. To me, I'm not. I don't fuck with Seth until I see real change, man. It is what it is. Um,
Yes, it
Consistent
takes
change.
time, bro.
Yeah, it takes
You
time.
know,
It takes
yeah.
time. Kid Itachi versus Kid Kakashi. Kid Itachi. Yeah, Kid Itachi.
Itachi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kakashi was pretty impressive. Chidori, stuff like that. But Kid Itachi was an Anbu captain at 13. Monster.
And like Hokage with intelligence at 8. You
Yeah.
know, like
Hokage intelligence and wisdom at like 7 or 8. Like, yeah, he's a monster. Bleach captain scale above the 5 Kage in both AP, durability, and speed. Yeah, definitely someone like Kenpachi. Yeah. and the captains power cliff themselves every arc. Yeah, they definitely do that. That's very true.
Literally, man.
Their power cliffing's hard, dude. Like the Soul Society Byakuya versus fucking 1,000-year-old Blood War Byakuya. Oh my god, dude. That's insane.
Yeah,
it's insane.
It really is.
Their power cliffing is like Naruto should
even the lieutenants too, bro.
Oh, even look at Renji. Holy shit.
Exactly. His new Bond guy looks sick, by the way.
Oh,
like,
it looks dope.
Sure.
Yeah, I really like it.
Yeah.
I would say the power cliffing is more like extreme in Bleach. There's large jumps in power, like very, very large. So, what if Madara, after becoming Jubi Jinchuriki, was as strong as Kage, and after getting the Rain Sharingan, was as strong as Ishiki? I mean, with his intelligence, he'd be unstoppable too. Basically, another Ishiki. Itachi at 14, one shot Orochimaru. Kakashi at 14 was killing Rin.
Dude, old Kakashi was like trembling over Orochimaru.
Yeah, even the older Kakashi was shitting his pants. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Lieutenant is still scaled to light speed. Yeah, even Rukia. You haven't seen it yet, but the manga is more light speed Lieutenant. Oh, I'm sure, bro. I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised at this
absolutely.
point.
Yeah.
Yeah. If someone says she was legal for his country or state or whatever, that just proves you're not a good person. Yeah, dude. Legality certainly does not always determine morality.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Yeah.
That's so shady, bro.
Yeah.
Come on.
That's like
fam.
saying, like bad things that were unfair to a certain race, where just because they're the law, they're like morally righteous. Like, come on, are you fucking serious? So yeah, morality is certainly not determined by legality sometimes. And in that case, certainly wouldn't determine morality at all. It's a fucking child.
Yeah.
That's a child. Like 16-year-old age of consent, I highly disagree with. Highly. I'm not gonna lie. I don't agree with that shit.
Yeah, especially you're a grown ass man, dude.
Yeah,
like,
bro. What the fuck are you?
What are you even doing looking for that?
Like, what the fuck are you even doing looking for kids in the first place? What the fuck is wrong with you? You know, so that's fucking disgusting, bro. I don't agree with that, and you're right about that. That's fucking bullshit. Dude was teleporting.
Yeah, still talking about self-pedo.
Yeah. Fuck that loser. Yeah. Wait, I'm surprised he has a Twitter again. I didn't know that.
He needs to get banned, bro.
Yeah, fuck him. Let's see. I don't fuck with him anymore. Dude was teleporting away. The 10 tails Biju bomb in base. Yeah. Yeah, dude. Literally, Minato is already he's that guy, man.
Yeah.
What if Madara never died? He probably would be killed off. His fodder.
Hey, you want to know what would be funny though, Jay? Imagine like Seth tries to like go back to his old ways and tries to like go to every Discord server and try to shit on people or like debate them all. Like fuck you all. Like he comes through like this weird ass arc.
Oh my god. I wish, dude. Fucking, I'd be happy to fucking shit on him now.
That'd be funny though.
I'm also
just trying to like vent and just let loose on Discord and yell at people.
Yeah, I'm on some noodle shit now with Seth. Fuck Seth. I follow Noodles now. Fuck Seth, man. Yeah, shout out to Noodles though. Let's see. Minato doesn't get a speed amp from base KCM. Really? You know, you'd have to prove that.
Minato with the 9 tails in him in base, he definitely does get amp. Naruto's an example.
It's like an inherent amp.
Yeah.
It's like inherent. Like, yeah. If I had Ishiki an adult, Sasuke's abilities and power, I'd create a utopian society. I think that was a moderate. Well, not moderate. Didn't want a utopia. He just wanted like a peaceful world. But yeah.
Yeah.
Dude is teleporting away the 10. I just read that. When people say objective morality doesn't exist, people instantly think, oh, so that means murder is wrong. But there's tons of smaller rules that are very arbitrary and senseless. Exactly, man. That's the problem with morality, right? The more.
Yeah, because even like murdering someone who like committed a genocide, like I'm sure a lot of us would agree that.
Yeah.
Even though it's morally gray, but like it's contextual and definitely situational.
Certainly contextual and certainly circumstantial and situational. Highly. Yeah, so it's certainly the case.
Yeah, there's no objectivity for sure.
Yeah.
I agree completely.
$2 from Kedrick. Appreciate it again, brother. Thanks for all the donations, man. From all of you, by the way. Appreciate it, man. Tournament of Power Krillin versus Super Saiyan 2 Teen Gohan. Hey, man, Krillin stalemated a fucking Kamehameha with fucking Super Saiyan Blue Goku.
So Krillin probably.
Dude. Yeah. That's a hell of a power clip right there.
That's so sad, bro.
Yeah, that's sad as fuck, but yeah, it hurts to say.
Why did they make TN relevant, bro? You know what I'm saying? Like,
you can make Krillin relevant, at least TN, bro. I don't understand that.
Or Piccolo, goddamn.
Or Piccolo.
Yeah, dude.
Fuck, dude, Krillin's stalemating Super Saiyan Blue Kamehamehas and shit. What the fuck is this?
Because he has the hair now? Like, come on,
and he has, come on, yeah, exactly.
And he pulled a baddie, bro.
And he pulled
like
fucking 18.
bro.
Oh,
Yeah, he
Yamcha.
pulled 18.
Yeah, Yamcha's
Oh
a
yeah,
fucking
Yamcha
disgrace, man. He's like
and
he's like Kiba.
Chaozu too, bro.
Oh, bro.
Just gets blown up all the time.
Yeah, he's literally fucking Kiba. Yamcha is like the Kiba of fucking Dragon Ball. Yeah.
Oh
Guys-
yeah,
Yeah, he
definitely.
got his bitch
Absolutely.
stolen, his bitch swiped, and he got folded. Like, yeah, it's fucking sad, bro. Retired because
Damn.
of his disgrace. He's a disgrace to the fucking Z Warriors. It's sad. Let's see, where were we? Travel speed does not equal combat speed. Who would Bruce Lee or Usain Bolt in fight to the death? Usain Bolt would run for his life. Combat speed
What?
and travel speed. You mean like actually like sprinting versus combat? I mean, yeah, those are different things, yeah. But in terms of the
Yeah, you don't punch as fast as you
yeah,
run.
in
you
terms
know,
of the
obviously.
Minato and Tobirama thing, and that wasn't travel speed. They were both just activating their
Yeah,
bodies
that's a
quicker.
false equivalence.
Yeah, it's a false
because of
equivalence, yeah,
Minato and
same thing.
Tobirama, all their speed is exactly the same. The reaction, travel, and combat, it's just blatantly shown the entire time. Like, you would have to provide any evidence to basically indicate as separate categories of what their limits are.
Yeah, the
There's no way to
physiology
do
is
that.
different. Like
It's
the
baseless.
Raikage runs to you. That's his attack. In fucking real world, you don't.
Yeah,
sprint.
literally, he travels, he moves, right? He travels and moves, then punches you at that exact moment. So,
Yeah,
proving it's the same.
it's the same there. Here, it's not. I'm not gonna run towards Mike Tyson and hope to knock him the fuck out. Like, I'm fucked, you know. So it's different. Like, Usain Bolt will probably get his ass beat by Bruce Lee, but he's faster than him.
Yeah,
in
like
sprint.
obviously our punches will be way different in speed when it comes to us sprinting or whatever because we're normal humans. In this,
Yeah.
we're talking about a fictional
We're
anime
talking about
where
yeah.
they utilize chakra or jutsu hacks to increase their
We're talking
fucking
about
speed.
fucking shinobi throwing lightning around. Like, it's not the same as the real world.
It's
So-
not
Yeah,
the
so it's a
same,
little
so yeah.
different.
Yeah,
I'd
it's a
say.
little different,
Yeah.
I'd say. So yeah, it's a false equivalence here, I'd say. Who had a greater ambition, Ishiki or Aizen? Aizen, dude. Aizen is one of the most ambitious people. Ishiki's ambitious,
oh,
but
yeah,
Aizen,
absolutely.
bro, yeah, he's ready to die for it. Yeah,
Ishiki doesn't need to be that ambitious. He's already
yeah
that powerful.
he's so
kinda
powerful.
Like, you know.
Yeah. This goes back
Yeah,
to
Aizen has to be intellectual and powerful and
yeah, he had
devise
to be
plans
because
and
there's
toys,
guys
like,
that were
yeah.
a threat, like Yamamoto and Kenpachi and Ichigo possibly, and he
Yeah,
had to
even
be
Ichigo,
wary.
yeah.
Yeah, he had to be wary. Ishiki
Yeah.
was just so fucking powerful; he didn't have to care about shit. So
Yeah.
it's kind of like the Gojo
Another thing as well, just
So.
I apologize, bro, to
Oh, you're
help
good.
anybody out. This way you don't ever dig yourself a grave or some shit, or like if you're debating. There was this one dude that I debated a while ago. It's like Josh Boy or some shit, I don't know. And like he tried to pull the dishonest argument, like that the Raikage or Minato or whatever, it's just only travel speed. And I told him, well, can you prove that it's only travel speed? And he's like, well, it is, and we can clearly know whatever. He's like, can you prove that it's not just travel speed? I'm like, yeah, easily. And so like with the whole Raikage statement where he'll talk and be like, when they're fighting, that it's their nerve transmission, the reaction, all that shit, like it's all in just one category for their body.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
like you
exactly.
have that as well. So like there's many ways to prove that when it comes to like speed itself, that it's not just separate in a different category, and that's different upon other categories. And that can be the case, but that's not the case when we're talking about these characters.
Yeah,
So-
it's a slippery slope when people start throwing around that colloquial term. Like, you're gonna have to analyze
Yeah.
this, whatever specific context you're talking about to really get an answer. Not just, oh, this is travel speed, so it doesn't apply. Like, no, let's actually look at what happened.
Yeah,
It's
like
that
good
simple.
luck proving it's only travel speed.
Yeah, exactly. Like, fucking the Raikage, he speeds and fucking sprints at you. What the fuck? Like, that's combat. He's in combat, you know? So, I understand that. I believe that morality only exists as a result of society creating rules and indoctrinating people into following said rules to emotion and personal level. That's part of it, I agree. Part of it is probably an evolutionary adaptation for humans. Like, humans are more successful thanks to the goods and trade system, the meritocracy. It's certainly traditional and cultural, but also I would even argue biological. Because competition, it fosters and promotes success in a not just human species, but in species in general. Right? So because when balance is lost, for example, even in the nature world where animals don't have the ability to rationalize, overpopulation will take place. Predation will become too minimal or become too overbearing. So competition, rules, just inherent structure is needed for success. So you're right, though. It's
I think
part of it.
people like they illuminate or highlight the word overpopulation a lot too, which is
Yeah.
kind of hysterical in my opinion. It's just a lot of like misconception about how the world actually operates, and
Yeah,
it's really about like we could definitely just mitigate our consumption or like
exactly.
usages of resources and things of that nature. Like it's not about having more like people in general. That's what nature does. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But us like eradicating species and things of that nature, it adds to the narrative that like people are bad in like mass quantities, but in reality, it's just sort of conscientious efforts that are
yeah.
Yeah.
making
That's a
it
good
seem
point.
worse than it really
Yeah,
is. So
it's a
yeah,
Like
good point.
another
But
con as
yeah,
well to not having like competition or competitiveness is like people will also get bored.
yeah,
If everyone's treated exactly the same or equal or this and that or whatever, like it's only inevitable, but somebody's gonna want more. Greed, selfishness,
yeah,
or somebody's gonna like be like, fuck this shit. Like this is not. And when you have people like that are very emotional or really, really like, desperate for something, like it's just not gonna work. It's
Mhm.
very easily to cause problems and conflict and you name it.
yeah.
So
A very good point I heard about that. Like Shinobi kind of said it now. It was that the negative stigma humans get as a species for being looked at as like a plague, right? Like, oh my God, we're contributing to climate change. We made all these animals go extinct. We're a virus to the world. Like I think it's a undeserved negative stigma we put upon ourselves. Like, yeah, we do obviously like every other species cause negative effect to the earth, of course, but we're just
yep,
like the argument against it is that we're just like any other species. The only difference is we are aware of what we are doing on a rational level,
exactly.
right? So I guess in a way we're all plagues. Us, fucking dolphins, mosquitoes, locusts. Every species in a way is a plague if you want to play the semantical game. But you could argue against that and say we're
bro,
simply
you could even look at history.
yeah.
It's like shit has
The,
happened
the,
without humans.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
the argument against it is that we're simply just part of the natural order of things. We just happen to be the most advanced
Yeah.
species on Earth. That's the only difference. And
Yeah,
it
you
was a
can't
very good
blame the
point.
species
Yeah, yeah,
as the result.
exactly.
Yeah,
So like
I
Shinobi
agree.
said, we're just it's our conscientious effort has resulted in us obviously extracting a plethora of resources, but also we're just part of the natural order of things if we want to be technical. So the negative stigma that
We just
the human
humans,
race
bro.
gets, yeah, yeah, it's it's undeserved, I'd say, like an undeserved stigma that we have.
It really is unwarranted. Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
so
And it can certainly change. You know what
it
I
could
mean? Like
change.
we're
It
definitely
all,
evolving,
yeah,
a lot more progressive. You know what I mean?
yeah,
With ideologies and ways of operating. Like, so it's certainly plausible these changes and implements, but
yeah,
it just like I just think it's unwarranted that people like blame human beings as like being the plague. You know what I mean? Like it's not just because we're like existent. It's
exactly.
our conscientious efforts that make this narrative be so
Yeah,
negative sometimes.
that's
You
like the
know?
veganism argument. Like, oh, we're the higher calling and we need to be holy and mighty and not eat meat because we're a virus and a plague. Like, no, we're just part of the natural order of things.
If even if everyone was vegan, like if everyone was vegan, we would be like mass farming land, destroying
Oh yeah,
landscapes
dude.
to produce
We would
crops.
just
So it's like,
destroy. Yeah, we would destroy another aspect of Earth, which would be the
yeah. So is it really like,
vegetation. Yeah,
yeah? Do you guys really
Yep.
think it's gonna like change that
you
radically? I
can't
don't
change that.
really think it would,
Yeah.
to be
Yeah,
honest.
we
Yeah,
can only
Now,
operate. Yeah,
one thing I will say when it comes to us, like there are certain tendencies or certain impacts that we do that we don't have to do that
yeah, yeah,
could
for sure.
be where
Yeah,
we
of
could be like
course.
doing way more positive or beneficial impacts, but we refuse to, and that's because of greed and selfishness and all about money. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah,
Hmm.
Like one example is cars. Like if we were just using electric cars or different means or whatever, the world would be tremendously a lot more better in certain aspects. But
yeah,
instead, everybody does whatever. There's still cars that utilize gasoline, yada yada, etc., and that's it. Nobody gives a fuck.
yeah,
So like, there's many things that can play certain factors or whatever that we can be able to improve things with, but it's just it is what it
it,
is.
it,
Like unless it's like
yeah.
something really really drastic or something that can cause like an extinction level event for humans, then we'll actually give a damn.
Yeah, this is what I say to like the vegan argument or like the negative stigma perception that people have is like the humans can only operate in their own reality with the parameters that are given. You can't play God and be like, oh, I'm gonna, I'm gonna save the world and never touch meat. Like some people biologically need meat, like they need protein to survive. Some people can't survive on a vegan diet. It's literally not biologically suitable for their physiology. Like you can't
We're
condemn
supposed to
them.
eat meat, bro.
You can't
we're
condemn someone.
biologically designed to eat meat. We have an appendix. Look at our fucking teeth, bro.
Exactly.
Like, come on.
Like, what are we talking about? You know, it's like you can't like consider someone morally redeemable for operating with the physiology and nature they were given. It doesn't make any sense to
Exactly.
me.
It doesn't, bro. Absolutely.
It's very bizarre. I get it. If you want to fucking eat plants and leaves, good for you. But like, don't fucking shun someone. Yeah, like hey, do whatever you want to do. I don't give a shit. But don't shun someone for operating with the very physiology they were given. It doesn't make any sense to me. It's like very bizarre. So yeah, that's
it's very just like not coherent or like just like up to date on the context of the situation. It's like more about like your personal like virtue signaling, like your way of like saving the world is the only way, and if you don't conform to it, then like you're not a good individual.
It's essentially like a derivative of like Bible thumping, like oh I'm the self-righteous God and you're scum. Like come on, man. I'm a human being that needs to eat to survive. Like, what are you talking about?
Exactly, bro.
Very, very bizarre.
Like judging each other on like what we eat is just crazy to me, bro. Like you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Honestly,
it's very bizarre. Like it's just undeserved self-righteousness that's trying to be like fucking propagated like against others. It's like come on, man. Live your life however you want. I don't give a fuck. Like you know.
Yeah, as long as it's not like negative or like
as long as it's not
whatever,
like criminal. Like what is what it is. You know. I don't give a fuck. Don't like try to shun me for just living my life. If it's not like hurting anyone, I'm not doing like a morally irredeemable thing. What does it matter to you? I don't understand that. Yeah.
Like absolutely, brother.
Tobirama was asking Minato if he could take 2 Bijou bombs, implying that he can take 2 of them, and asking Minato if he could as well. Yeah, I'm sure he could. What do you think Indra's relationship with his father Hashirama is currently? I mean, they're in the afterlife. I mean, it didn't end well. Obviously, he chose Ashura as like the next in line. So probably not good. Maybe in the afterlife, maybe they reformed and maybe they're talking.
Yeah. I think they learned. I think Indra learned over time.
Yeah, he had to get beat by his brother and to learn.
Indra was like Sasuke in a way. To be honest,
basically.
Yeah,
he's just stubborn.
Yeah, basically. There was a poll of Edo Tobirama versus Edo Mu, Gengetsu, Third Raikage, and Rasa, and all at the same time. Majority actually chose Tobirama. Holy shit.
Mu would be hard, man.
Mu would be a struggle. The other 3, maybe. Mu would
Third Raikage would be difficult.
Third would be hard to kill.
I don't see him being a third.
Or he can fly, particle style, like Mu's actually no joke, bro.
All 4? Yeah, if they're third and Mu would be trouble. That'd be trouble.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Yeah.
And I'll be honest, what does Tobirama do against the third Raikage?
Yeah,
I'm not trying to be that mean, but what does he do?
He's a great sensory type, so even if he isn't visible, he could probably sense him out. To be honest, and I think he would be faster than Mu, but like the fact that he is flying and shit, like
all 4 of them too. Yeah, I don't know about that.
Yeah, no, Tobirama's not doing that. Like personally, I don't think he beats the third Raikage in a 1v1.
No, I was gonna say that. Yeah,
beating everybody else.
That's damn near.
That's damn near.
That's damn near Madara versus 5 Kage almost.
Gengetsu would be hard too, because like the Genjutsu, you know.
Yeah, that would be trouble.
Yeah, no, that would be hard too. Yeah, he's gonna have to constantly like be breaking out of Genjutsu and trying to figure shit, and like that he more than likely might go down for the count on that too. Yeah. So like, no matter what, that's a lot of contentiousness there, but. Tobirama is not. He's not built like that. He again, he would have to scale super fucking high to just beat with them all before they can do anything.
Yeah, essentially, in a few words, Tobirama isn't Madara. Sorry. So.
Yeah. No, I mean, Raja lost to fucking Sonny with like accompaniment of like Kimimaro.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
I don't see him being much of a threat, but like the third and Gengetsu, I don't know about
all
that.
All of them, that'd be too much for him. $2 from Kendrick. Yeah, I appreciate that, brother. Oh, this is a good question.
Oh, nice.
PlayStation versus Xbox. So, if we're talking statistically, PlayStation has sold more, but specs-wise, Xbox usually has at least slightly better specs. Usually a better graphics card, better security. Yeah, better controllers, arguably better security protocols as far as online engagement. You know, Microsoft is very stringent. PlayStation is more stringent now with the PlayStation 4 and 5. But they were less stringent in the past in comparison to Xbox. Xbox has more functionality as far as parties. You can create like parties, messaging parties. This is more a functionality from what I've seen with my own eye. I'm personally a PlayStation guy if I'm being subjective with my own bias. I grew up with PlayStation. It has more.
Same here, brother. To be honest,
It has more
yeah.
exclusives. Objectively speaking, it has more game exclusives. You know, Spider-Man,
God of War,
God of War,
Gears of War,
Gears of War.
Ratchet and Clank.
Yeah,
I mean,
so
yeah,
many.
there are a lot of classics, dude. Yeah,
Steven,
so
gonna
many.
go W stream. Thanks for coming in, Steven. Appreciate you, brother.
Thank you, brother.
Yeah, but
Have a
yeah,
good night, man.
Xbox has its own pros. I'd have to go with PlayStation overall, if I'm being honest. Me, from my lens, just has more. You know, first of all,
I never was a Halo fan, too, to be
yeah,
honest.
Halo
Like,
it was all right. Yeah, it was all right.
yeah,
that was like the major exclusive they had. Yeah.
Spider-Man, dude. I mean, fuck, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'd probably say PlayStation. Yeah, probably PlayStation. If I'm being honest, Xbox has its pros as well, though. Better security, better specs, probably stuff like that. So
Online gaming is really good for Xbox too. I will say
it's really really good.
Yeah.
Really good. Probably better than PlayStation. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, probably better than PlayStation. Let's see here. What's going on, Morgan? Thanks for coming in, but
Yo.
Tobirama versus Minato just boils down to this: who has the fast reaction time? Yeah, Tobirama. They're equal speed and reaction, then whoever has more chakra wins. Toby's full Senju and Hashi's bro. Yeah, but Minato's faster. So, let's see. Minato has more than above average chakra pool. Hit. Yeah, dude, he spams playing.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. He used the Death Reaper seal on Kurama, bro. Like, you know.
And now it's on his deathbed. And look what he did in the
Exactly.
one shot. Fucked up. Like, dude, yeah, he's a monster.
And that too, bro. Yeah, exactly.
Would you collab with Chidori Master? I know who he is. If you ask me, we could talk about something. He's a cool dude. But some like Itachi was known for a low chakra pool can spam his MS still blind. Yeah, even he. I mean, his chakra isn't shit like his chakra reserves.
Yeah, I was gonna say, bro, it's not shit at all.
It's not shit at all. It's pretty good, actually. Yeah.
Like Kakashi's was pretty shit at the beginning of the series. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that was actually pretty bad.
Yeah,
but,
exactly. What did I think about Yamamoto, Ichibei, and Ichigo? They're all threats to him. All
dude, Ichibei, you're gonna love that fight, bro, with him and Yawak, bro.
Fuck, dude, I need to see that
fucking
shit.
amazing.
Yeah, he seems strong as fuck, so yeah, he's definitely a threat.
It's so poetic.
Yeah.
It's great.
I need to definitely check that shit out for sure. What if we get an Aizen backstory that makes him sympathetic and righteous? I mean, that would contradict who he is, but yeah, he's not sympathetic at all. I think blaming meat for climate change is the stupidest shit ever. That is fucking dumb. The emission from cars, planes, etc. harm the environment way more. Yeah, dude, we can't avoid harm. We can improve, but we can never avoid it. We can't. This is our physiology requires us to extract resources. This is what it is. You can't avoid it completely, unless you're a fucking monk that lives like stuck in your fucking cave for the rest of your life. Some bullshit like that. There's no way to avoid it.
Yeah, and honestly, dude, like we were talking about earlier, like there seems to have been like a conscious shift in humanity over the years.
Yeah.
Like we aren't like genocidal maniacs. We're not like pillaging people. You know, like we've constructed our society to be one that's about propagation. And because of that, we're more conscientious of what it takes to further our involvement in society and not be so detrimental.
Exactly.
And because of that, we have something to look forward to in terms of a trajectory. But that's what takes time, and it's gradual, and it's a process, and there's nothing to be ashamed about that.
Yeah, it's a good point. So, essentially, what happened is, like Shinobi said, there's definitely been a shift in human thinking. We're in such comfortable conditions that we're literally hyperanalyzing every single minuscule detail that humans influence in today's world. So we're going down to triangulating things as small as climate. I mean, it's not small, but things as what would be considered relevant 300 years ago, like climate change. Oh my God, eating meat. I mean, religion's been around since the beginning of the time, so not religion, but eating meat, fucking abortion, fucking death penalty. None of this shit fucking mattered. Not even hundreds of years ago, maybe like thousands of years ago, I'd say. None of that shit mattered because people were trying to survive. That's all they cared about. So now that we have first world conditions and we worry about dumb shit like, oh my God, my phone's dead, or oh my God, I ran out of fucking Cheetos today, like things like that, our minds have shifted naturally to minuscule, irrelevant, negligible things that would not even be thought of 1,000 years ago. That's basically what happened, and we're looking at ourselves in the mirror, and we're microanalyzing every flaw that we have. There's always going to be flaws, always. You can't, no matter how advanced we become, unless we theoretically become gods, which I don't see as possible, at least for a long, long time. I don't think it'll ever happen, but it'd be a long time before that ever happens. We're always gonna have flaws. So we're like, I feel like we're on the other extreme now. We were the extreme of like genocide, slavery. Now we're on the other side of like, oh my god, how dare you do this? Like it's something simple as eating meat, you know. So we're on the other side of the moral spectrum. We need to have balance, and I think we're kind of finding that, kinda. But then politics is a raging topic. The melting pot is stirring more than ever with the elections and stuff, and the Western world. We're trying to find balance, but we're in first world country, man. First world civilization. We can only focus on trivial things now. So it is what it is. That's basically what's happened. That's basically what's happened.
It's way too hyper vigilant on these trivial aspects. Honestly,
hyper vigilant. That's a good way of putting it. Extremely hyper vigilant. Even with the whole land argument, the same vegans don't say shit against all the land. That's just exactly, dude. Exactly. We're just fucking up the environment. Like, still, what the fuck? It's hypocritical, to be honest. And you could argue that plants are living things. They can't scream and when they're dying, but they're living things.
They're sentient beings, man. Just as well, yeah, for sure.
They go through photosynthesis. They have their own processes. So, who would win the 5 Kage versus 4 Edo Kage from early war arc? Oof. The 5 Kage versus the 4 Edo. So I'm guessing like Rasa can get to Mu in the 3rd Raikage. I would say the 4th is faster than the 3rd. But 3rd is so tanky, that'd be a problem.
Yeah, exactly.
Onoki would be a hard counter to him, but then Mu would be a hard counter to fucking Raikage. That'd be a good fight between those like.
That would be, bro.
That'd be a great fight.
Gengetsu would be a problem with like the Genjutsu and all of them.
Yeah. Rasa and Gara would like, I guess, neg each other, like neutralize each other.
Yeah.
Arguably, Gara is slightly superior, slightly. Tsunade, and then you have Mei, and you have Gengetsu. Gengetsu against Tsunade and Mei. He's pretty slippery. He's slippery.
Gengetsu is definitely more powerful than fucking Mei. Like,
yeah, for sure. Yeah, definitely more powerful. He fucking stalemated Mu, so yeah, he's fucking.
No, exactly.
That'd be tough. Tsunade, like if he uses like his fucking Genjutsu, fuck, dude, that's gonna be tough. That's a tough matchup. It really depends on how you presuppose things. I would probably lean towards the 5 Kage, but man, if you think the 3rd Kage is relative in speed though to the 4th, then I don't know, man.
It's like not even that. Like he's just so fucking tanky. Like it really only took himself. That's the only thing we know of that can actually like bypass his durability. Like not even the 8-tailed beast form arguably could like bypass that shit. So it's like. Yeah, he's fast as fuck, maybe even a little bit faster than the 3rd, but like even if he has like an Amp from Inoki, does that like let's say like an addition of acceleration equals more force in like his blows, obviously, like is that enough to like bypass the durability? It would be hard to really say for sure.
Yeah, it depends on a lot of things, like what you presuppose the scaling in comparison to these guys are. So yeah, it's a tough one, man.
That's a good question.
That's a good question, though. That's a good matchup, actually. What should I hate more, criminals that don't care about anyone, or those who wage war for their own selfish gain? I mean, those who wage war do more damage, probably them.
Yeah.
Criminals who don't care. What's the definition of don't care? If they don't care, they won't cause crime, right? Like a nihilist wouldn't even cause crime. What's the point? Could he beat them individually but still contentious? Except Raza, he gets negged. There's a hard counter though with his durability. Yeah, man, that's a tough fight.
It really is a hard counter. Yeah,
bro. Mu versus Tobirama is actually interesting. In my opinion, Tobirama is probably faster than Mu. Yeah, he's probably faster than him. But Mu's gonna be flying.
Yeah, he'd be faster than Mu. Yeah.
Yeah, Mu. Yeah, he's not faster than Tobirama.
Like the problem with Tobirama is we literally like the main fucking problem with the guy is we just don't know what he's capable of when it comes to just raw body speed. Like we know what he can do with the flying Raijin. We just don't know what he can do with just his normal speed alone. That's what's annoying about him.
Yeah.
But
you have a hater in here. I didn't even see this.
But he's a Kage. Nice. He's Kage level bare minimum, And,
look what this guy did. I'm gonna call this guy.
What?
First he talks shit. He's like, dudes have split personalities, talking about the deepest questions. Then immediately asking about it. Yeah. Then he asked me who has better sensory move, Tobirama. I'm like, dude, you talk shit and you're gonna ask me a question.
Did the same shit.
What the fuck, bro? What the fuck? That's like the most bipolar. Dude, you know what's funny? Ironically, he's talking about split personality. Dude, that's the most bipolar shit I've ever seen.
Literally.
What the fuck are you talking about?
And then he says, but anyway,
go
go
from,
ahead.
like, talking
And then he
shit
talked shit
and then from
again.
that-
He talked shit again. He said, "So what? All bark, no bite." What are you talking about?
Bro,
I think this kid
you're
must
more
be.
than welcome to cut up my server, and I could have all day, every day with you. I've been missing some like ding dongs to debate lately. So
Honestly, this guy must be
man.
like
if you got some spiciness, by all means, join the server.
I think he's
and-
literally bipolar
amen.
because first he talks shit, then he asks
Oh,
a
God.
question, and then he talks shit again.
I need some ding dongs lately, bro. It's been a hot minute, so
That
by all
was the
means,
weirdest
brother.
sequential set of messages I've seen in my life.
That is hilarious to witness. Yeah.
He's like, you guys are.
He's
you guys
probably
are
just a troll.
He's like, you guys are weird as fuck. Actually, who has better sensory? Like, what the fuck, bro? Good for you, bro.
No bark.
Oh, bark. What are you talking about? Bite back. What the fuck? I don't know, man.
Yikes.
Whatever floats your boat. Let's see.
Edger came through with another $2.
Oh shit, Kendrick, appreciate that.
Nice.
Great question again as well.
Appreciate
Nickelodeon
brother.
versus Cartoon Network versus Disney. Damn, that's a good question.
Oh
dude.
lord.
I grew up with Nickelodeon. Disney was like the bottom of the three for me. I didn't really see
Yeah,
Disney. I
Cartoon
was like,
Yeah.
Network. I was about to say people are either between Nickelodeon or Cartoon Network. to be
Yeah,
honest.
Does Tsunami
Disney-
count as Cartoon Network?
guess
Like
or-
so.
only
yeah.
girl, like I'm not trying to be that guy, but it was mainly girls that loved Disney.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
Well,
like-
Nick had like Last Airbender, SpongeBob, right? Shit like that. And then like
Yeah.
Cartoon Network had Toonami, which had like Naruto, DBZ.
yeah, it had all
Bleach.
that. It even had like all the other stuff like Courage, The Cowardly Dog.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
like-
Or Dexter.
Like, to be
Dexter.
honest, like Cartoon Network and
Yeah.
Nickelodeon's really,
Samurai
really
Jack,
close. It just
bro.
depends
Oh,
what was
man.
more your favorite. You know?
Yeah,
Bruh.
Disney had like more mid shit, like fucking. I don't even know the shows they had. What do they have? Like
In
Wizards
High
of-
School Musical,
High School
iCarly,
Musical,
fucking
Wizards-
Victorious.
Wizards of Waverly Place, like all that mid
Yeah,
shit.
that shit.
Oh, yeah,
Like, it was
that
all just
shit,
weird
bro.
shit
That shit was
to me.
ass.
At
That
least.
shit was so childish.
Nickelodeon
Yeah,
had
I
some
agree.
goat shit. Avatar: Last Airbender and SpongeBob, fucking like a bunch
Yeah.
of Heat. Like Cartoon Network too, Heat, fucking Samurai Jack, Dexter.
If I had to pick,
Yeah.
no matter what, I would say Cartoon Network because it has all the animes, it has all
Yeah.
the Adult Swim
yeah, they have
shows,
that. Yeah,
and Current, like you name it. Like, but
Oh,
don't get
yeah,
me wrong,
bro, that's
Nickelodeon is
fucking-
just as goated. But if I had to pick, I'd say Cartoon Network.
yeah, probably.
So-
Yeah, it does have Adult Swim.
Yeah.
that's a big ad.
Yeah, that's the thing, dude. Yeah.
Probably
It's
Cartoon
a tough
Network,
one.
Nick, and then Disney's the worst for sure.
Yeah, I agree. For sure, man.
Let's see. Is it necessarily wrong? I hate the world criminal. Oh, I just read that. I hate everything bad in the world. What did the world do to deserve all this chaos? The world is instinctually, not even the world. The universe is inherently chaotic. Everything from human beings to the way cells work to the molecular level. There's inherent chaotic aspect to the universe in general. There's this constant tug of war between chaos and structure and order. You see it all the time. Balance trying to be maintained, whether it's humans
Precisely.
trying to maintain it or the universe trying to maintain, even solar systems trying to maintain order. Like there's always a fight between chaos and order. So that's just the way the universe is. It's an imperfect place, so perfection is not attainable. So it is what it is. Dude, literally, they state over 1,000 times to talk about all topics.
Yeah, I just saw that.
Yeah, like what the fuck, bro? He's like, you guys have split personality. I'm like, dude, what the fuck are you talking about? We literally say we talk about.
Yeah,
it.
literally.
It's not like I'm saying this is a 100% anime stream, and then I start talking about fucking politics. Like, dude, I literally say I'm going to do that. So we literally say that at the beginning of every stream. Do you think Eisen has any family or at all, or was he an orphan? That really isn't explored to my knowledge.
Good question. Yeah.
Like that really isn't explored for anyone besides like Ichigo, like family, unless
Yeah,
I guess
family. Oh, that's Byakuya.
Byakuya and
Yeah.
Rukia, yeah. Besides that, though, it's not really. It's more about the soul
That's
society.
really it, though.
Yeah.
And I get. Oh, yeah. I'm not gonna spoil it, but yeah. I just. Yeah.
Yeah. It's not. It doesn't seem explored, but yeah. I got the four Hokage. Another thing to consider too is that just like Onoki amping Raikage, Mu could amp the third. Oh yeah, that's true. You could definitely do that.
I don't think Mu has the same lightweight boulder jutsu as Inoki, though. His
Yeah.
thing is like the fission ability,
Mhm.
and that's like Inoki's thing. You
I know
what
that's
mean?
not shown, so yeah, you might not have that at all. So, I don't see what Tsunade and Mei would do against the Genjutsu. Yeah, that'd be tough, man. every time.
Mm-hmm.
Tsunade and
Absolutely.
they get hard countered. Like they're fucked because
They
like
can't see.
the
Yeah.
problem is like Tsunade, her chakra control is so goaded to where she would definitely be able to get out, you know, here and there. But imagine an instantaneous, constant genjutsu
That's
over
constant
and
genjutsu,
over
though.
and over.
Exactly.
It's rough.
Yeah.
It's rough. Yeah, I don't know. That he'd be a hard counter to their arsenals, especially Tsunade's.
Like him and Mu killed each other at the like they both died because like it was such a crazy annoying battle. Like Mu is like getting genjutsu over and over, and then next thing you know, like somehow, some way in the end, like they were just able to do a killing blow on each other. Like I guess they were probably both fatigued or some shit, and then they both died. You know?
Yeah, bro. Obito ripped the Bijou out of Jubidar to save Naruto, save Sasuke against Kage, and save Naruto against save Kakashi, and die like Hokage. Madara got his back blown out. You're kind of right there, man. Not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Jay the Gray, if you had 7
Yeah,
wishes.
BBC'd, bro. Tom Holland.
You got BBC'd by like Black Zetsu, like Tom Holland. Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Homophobic.
Yeah, homophobic.
Oh gosh, bro.
Oh, God.
Forgot about that, dog.
Fuck out of here with that shit. If you had 7 wishes from Dragon Ball, what would you wish for?
7?
7? That's a lot of fucking wishes,
God
man.
damn.
That's a lot of wishes, pimp.
You know what I wish?
8 more.
My first wish is rich, obviously. Second wish is fucking being able to have any bitch I want at that
More
point.
wishes.
Third wish, third wish would be to have like fucking a power from Naruto. I probably said like EMS or Susanoo or some shit.
Yeah.
Just so like this way I can like kind of do whatever the fuck I want in the world. For all the other wishes, bro, I don't know. That'd be hard.
Yeah. That's a lot of fucking
wish for-
wishes, man.
Just wish for infinite wishes, bro.
my
You know what I
I'd
mean?
probably say the fourth wish is like to know everything about like life. You know what I mean? Like to know where everything came from, how it works, you name it. That'd probably be my fourth. And then like the fifth wish, like all the other wishes, it'd probably just be like me wishing like some really fucked up shit on like some people I just don't like or fuck with.
Yeah,
Be like, all right, I
wish
wish
for the
this guy
Death
has to
Note.
get like attacked by mosquitoes every second of his life.
Oh lord,
Like,
man.
oh my god. Yeah, I'd wish to. Let's see. I would say infinite brain capacity for sure. Infinite. Let's see what else. Fucking. Yeah, probably rich. So I don't have to work for it. I could with the infinite brain capacity.
What would you do for evil, Jay? Would you ever
Evil?
wish for something to help the evil in the world?
Now
Now that you have the power to do so?
Let's see. With like against evil, I would.
Yeah.
Let's see. Probably just ask for world peace if it's possible. I don't know if they could do
Okay.
that. Be like end all wars and just make infinite peace.
Yeah.
Imagine, imagine someone has like a different like idea or opinion, or let's say they're about to do something crazy, but they literally can't because you wish, and they're like, "What the fuck?"
It's like no more wars, buddy. Yeah, fucking that.
Literally, like there'd just be no more conflict at that point.
Yeah, probably infinite Riz for sure.
Bro.
Just pull whoever I want. What else after that? There's really nothing else.
Time traveling, bro?
Oh, time travel would be cool. Yeah, time travel.
That'd be lit,
I
bro.
mean, time
Who is the
traveling.
girl? What woman would you go for, Jay? If the moment you have the ability to pull any chick.
Who would I pull? Fucking probably like Megan Fox in her prime, or fucking
Oh,
Sofia Vergara in her prime.
hell yeah, bro.
Something like that. Before they're all like, before Megan Fox now is like all corrupted and shit. But yeah, like prime Christian
Bruh.
Megan Fox. Or
Oh,
prime.
got it.
But what you think about that one? What's her name? She's like from Fast and she played Wonder Woman. What do you think about her?
Oh,
Gal
she's
Gadot.
bad. She's bad. Yeah, she's bad.
Yeah.
Especially in her prime, like Fast and Furious, she's
I
bad.
forgot her name.
Gal
Yeah.
Gadot.
Scarlett Johansson. I don't know how you feel about her, but she's
Oh,
pretty.
she's fucking bad. Yeah, she's bad as
Oh
fuck.
yeah, definitely.
Margaret Robbie's a
Oh,
bad
Gal
bitch.
Gadot.
Yeah, Gal Gadot, she's bad.
Yeah.
I like her.
Yeah.
Margaret Robbie's a bad bitch. Even Jennifer Lawrence is bad. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I think Jennifer
I'd
Lawrence.
hit,
Yeah,
I'd hit
for
that
sure.
for sure.
That bitch don't
Yeah.
age.
Oh, yeah, she don't age. But yeah, probably Sofia Vergara in her prime or Megan Fox. That'll be like number one of those two.
Okay.
Yeah, they're bad as fuck. After that, there's really nothing left. I could ask for superpowers, but what's the point at that point? It was world peace already. Maybe
Literally, like the way I am, like I'm not even joking. This way, I can just have a really fun life.
yeah.
Like I'd literally just like one of my wishes would just give me a power that can just allow me to be broken as fuck. Because like at the end of the day, regardless of whatever it is, whether if you're Superman, whatever the fuck it is, something that obviously just needs to be broken, like you have that power, and it would just be really fun just to flex it. Like I'll wear a mask or something as well, just to this way I'm not like releasing my identity to the world because I still want to enjoy the aspect of like being able to do what I want. You know?
Yeah, of course.
But I would definitely get like some power because, like, let's say like a country's acting up and be like, you know what, fuck this shit. I'm gonna bully these motherfuckers.
They literally fucking fucking Superman real quick. I guess that'd be cool. Give me Superman ability, but then apparently the way Superman lives is that everything's cardboard to him. Like he fucking grabs his fucking phone and like smashes it to pieces if you're not careful. So it's like,
dude, if you're Superman though, you could go like different planets and check out like other life. And
maybe like super speed. I could just go travel and hang out somewhere, or some shit. Or the ability to leave the planet, like Superman, like you can breathe outside of space. I mean, outside of Earth. Like, that'd be dope, bro. Go to fucking Mars.
Breathe underwater and shit.
Dude.
Fly.
Go hang out and like go hang out in the ocean. Go hang out at Mars at the sun. Yeah, just go hang out.
Infinite Riz.
Infinite Riz. Yeah, dude. Basically, like Superman abilities. Yeah, that'd be pretty dope. I'm not gonna lie. And then I could just
That's awesome.
Yeah, that'd be dope. So after that, that's a lot of fucking wishes. I wouldn't even need any more wishes after that, bro.
You set, bro.
We're pretty much set with those rules, with those wishes, to be honest. Bro, I never said you were bipolar. Dude, you literally said we have split personality. What the fuck are you talking about? That's bipolar. What the fuck are you talking about? Let's see. I'm glad y'all put some respect in the 4 Kages, though. Yeah, Rest is ass, but the other 3 are crazy. Yeah, dude, for sure. They're definitely
for real,
man.
Yeah.
Can Tobirama survive? Here, I'll answer your question, man. I'll be nice. The guy that calls bipolar. Can Tobirama survive long enough for Mu to lose the ability of Particle Style with his dodging or the flying thunder? Yeah, theoretically, yeah, he can survive long enough to do that. $2 from
Kendrick. I think he's definitely fast. It's going to be hard for Mu to attack him with that. But if he goes invisible and Tobirama can't sense him, even though he is a really good exceptional sensory type, the fact that Mu can go invincible and almost like erase his presence will be problematic. So it may catch him off guard, to be honest.
Exactly.
But it's a hypothetical situation.
Yeah, it's definitely circumstantial, situational for sure. Kendrick, appreciate the $2, brother. Dick Grayson. Oh, this is a DC question. Oh no, DC versus Marvel. Excuse me. Dick Grayson versus Miles Morales. Dick Grayson is the closest thing to Superman. Batman, probably besides his own son, Damian Wayne. So this is essentially a close to Batman level combatant versus Miles Morales. Miles Morales is very, very gifted as well. Another Peter Parker, right? So without prep time, I think he gets his ass beat. Miles Morales has the power of a spider. You know that Spider-Man's always holding back. We all know that. If it's a one-on-one altercation, no prep time, let's say they're in Gotham City and Miles is swinging through Gotham or something, and Dick is like, this is my city. They start scrapping. Miles was going to kick his ass pretty bad. Unless Dick had like the right arsenal in his tool belt or something like that, which I doubt. I don't think he'd expect a human spider. It's not prevalent in Gotham or in DC for that matter. So he'd probably lose. With prep time, Dick would prepare. He'd have probably a suit ready for Spider-Man, Miles Morales. With prep, he's basically Batman. So yeah, he beat him. So it depends. It's circumstantial. Yeah, it's a good question though. It's a good question. First wish to be able to teleport. Second wish to make clones. Oh, that's a good one too. Clones, yeah. I can make infinite money. Third, manipulate, heal my body from anything. Hey, we'll be like Gojo with a fucking reverse curse technique, basically. Yeah, that'd be actually pretty cool. But if you're Superman, that comes with the territory. You heal from everything. I will be slandering Minato and Madara for the foreseeable future. Minato got hurt by a splinter.
Oh no!
Oh my god, the splinter level. Almost died to 14-year-old Obito, and got killed by a nail. Hashirama low dose any form Minato.
Oh gosh.
Man, the fucking splinter, man. God damn.
I know, so bad, man. Yeah, he's using like a Rasengan on Kurama's tail beast bomb, you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
And he's fine afterwards, yeah.
Yeah, nah. Bro, I was making a joke. If you didn't like it, I'm sorry. I'm not Seth the programmer, man. I'm not gonna fucking roast your shit, so you're good. I roasted you a little bit, but I didn't like fucking demean you like that. My fourth wish would be to have a few friends with immortality and eternal youth. Immortality.
I don't think you want to be immortal, bro. To be honest,
you start seeing people dying and shit. It gets very, very
mundane.
Yeah, mundane, and just like eventually you'll probably want to die. You'll be like, fuck, man. I saw like my children, my great grandchildren, my great grandchildren all dying before my eyes. So yeah, it's tough, man. Imagine all the funerals you'd have to attend. Fuck, man.
Life just seems to be more precious when it's limited.
Yeah, man. There's that aspect of life where like there's that limited time that makes it all worth it. But if you're like, oh, I'm never gonna die, you know, it's like fuck, man. You know, it's like
Yeah.
it starts to defeat the purpose. You become more of a
Oh, absolutely.
yeah. You become pessimist, nihilistic. You know, so. But yeah, folks, we'll go about 10 more minutes. I think. Let me check something real quick. Canelo's fighting tonight. Let me check it real quick.
Yeah, what time's that at, anyways?
Ah, fuck. Hopefully it's not already started. Let me see. Live results and analysis. Give me a second, folks.
All
Alright, they haven't started yet. Fight in progress is Erickson Lubin versus Jesus Ramos. Okay, they haven't fought yet. Okay.
Nice.
Cool. I don't think even the main card. Wait. Let me look at the fucking card. Give me a second, folks. Let me look at the card real quick so I know what's happening here.
8 p.m. Oh, it's UK though.
Oh, UK. Shit. Oh, shit. So, it just ended. Oh, shit. The main event's gonna start soon. They take forever though. We'll stay for like 10 more minutes.
Hell yeah.
Making a joke. Okay. But yeah, folks, we'll stay for about 10 more minutes and we'll depart. We have a fight to catch. To be frank, Tamu, I think it's possible for Mu Sensory to counter Torama's Flying Thunder God. Yeah, that'd be an interesting fight. Because he was able to sense and invade a KCM1 Naruto. Oh yeah, there's that video.
KCM1 Naruto did like hit him with the Rasengan though, obviously.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
He was able to react in time to like split himself in half though, admittingly, but
Yeah.
still got hit nonetheless.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, that's true. My 7th wish would be to have eternal youth. Yeah. Mu literally has Sage Mode, level Sensory for no reason. It ironically has better features.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah, he's a fucking monster. Yeah, he's a monster.
Yeah, moves pretty late, bro. This is
Yeah.
unexplored a lot.
Yeah. It would have been nice to see him more in battle more often, but obviously he's a past figure of, Shinobi history, so. Minato has the shortest Hokage run in history. What a fraud. Well, technically Danzo, he's a bitch, but yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
He's a pussy. Yeah, at least Minato went on his shield though, man. Kinda, but yeah.
Winter level Minato.
Yeah,
You know?
literally. Yeah, folks. Any questions you may have, and by the way, if you haven't already, make sure to hit the like button if you're not already. It's good, appreciate it, man. Gets us up in the algorithm.
Yes, sir.
There's quite a few
Thanks for coming
people.
through, guys.
Yeah, this is a great stream, man. Amazing, amazing questions. Great goated, donations from a bunch of goats. Sir Goats, Steven, Kedrick. Appreciate all you guys, man. Josh. Appreciate all you guys for that.
Legends, man.
Legends in the house. Yeah, folks, any questions at all? If I could only use 3 wishes, I'd wish for all abilities and powers from DBZ and DB's Bleach and Naruto and Boruto. Yeah. I think there's
Can't go wrong, man.
yeah, I think there's rules with the wishes. Like you can't. I'm pretty sure that Shenron doesn't allow you to like add more wishes. I think, but yeah.
There's like a limit to his power, obviously.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's, like,
definitely. He can only do
limitations.
so much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's a bunch of shit you could do, like immortality. I'm pretty sure you could. Like Frieza was planning on doing that. I remember that dumb shit that fucking that happened in fucking I think it was the Broly movie where Frieza was gonna wish for more height. I was like, are you serious, dude?
Oh yeah, dude. That shit's ridiculous.
Like, bro,
Yeah.
that's what you want? The fuck? I don't know, that's kind of dumb. He is short, but damn.
Yeah.
I mean, his fighting should talk for itself. His ability. But it is what it is.
I mean, technically, he gets tall unlike his other forms.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But
Yeah, he should have a form where he gets taller. But he doesn't. So, I'm not gonna say that Warwick Gara beats Edo Itachi, but he hard counters him. He's a distance fighter. He would blitz Gara though, really bad. Blitz his ass.
he can block Amaterasu
I don't know about
and
that.
pull him out to Susanoo. Yeah,
I know he did it with the Raikage and Sasuke, but I don't know. No. He would get blitzed by Edo, especially Edo Itachi, who doesn't get fatigued. If Edo, Hashi, Tobi, and Hiruzen were given Jinchuriki before going to the battlefield, then what Jinchurikis you'd think would fit them best? Oh, that's a good question. Hashirama.
Ooh.
Hashirama. I don't know. Tobirama maybe like the Son Goku.
Probably the slug one from Utakata. I think it's the
That's
Six
the
Tails, I believe.
I think that's the Six Tails. Yeah, Six Tails.
So, like, because of regeneration, I don't know, it seems fitting.
Yeah, that one seems fitting. Tobirama is like Maybe like Son Goku or he has like that personality, like the you know.
Yeah, maybe Hans, the fast
Yeah.
goat or whatever.
Yeah,
You
that'd
know
be a
what I
cool
mean?
one too. Here's
That'd be
in.
neat.
Here's in.
Probably Son Goku because he already like has Enma. You know what I
Oh
mean?
yeah,
It'd be
yeah,
cool,
that'd be
man.
cool. That'd be fitting. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. Orange Master Obito, Kame, Genjutsu, and Izanagi restricted versus Pain and Prime Itachi. Obito would lose to those two. Without
Absolutely.
Genjutsu and without Izanagi and Kamui restricted, he's getting folded, man.
Obito's biggest saving grace is his Kamui. I'm gonna be honest with you. Obito would have died a long fucking time ago if he didn't have Kamui.
He would have been fucked.
So I'm just being blatantly honest. Like Minato's a prime example. Fucking then when he's even in the war with the Renegon, like he literally is using Kamui the entire fucking time. Like Guy would have killed him. Kakashi would have killed him. Like fucking Naruto would have killed him. Like there's so many moments where he would have been killed if he didn't have fucking Kamui.
Yeah, that's what makes him. So. That's what makes him him is the Kamui. Yeah. It's kind of like
for some reason, like his chakra levels weren't adequate enough for him to spam Rinnegan abilities. Like he could probably do it a good bit, but it wasn't enough to where like he could just do it like how Nagato was doing.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Otherwise, he would have, because they do have like a statement where they say why he's not doing it because they're aware of the weaknesses already. But at the same time, that's still counterintuitive because if you're really strong, along with having Kamui, you could definitely make use of Rinnegan abilities still. Like I think that's pretty stupid of a lame excuse. So what I think it's safe to say is it'd be way too taxing for him.
Yeah.
And it was already too much as it is to where he's already nerfed. He's already controlling all these kill beasts, yada, yada, yada. Like, there's just too much, and it's too much of a risk for his chakra consumption.
Yeah, you know? it was. So. There's too much inherent residual risk. That's why he decided not to.
I mean, like, if he used the passive paint to absorb chakra, that would be pretty beneficial, in my opinion.
Cool. Yeah, that would have been very, like, when Naruto's, like, fucking shooting his Biju bombs and shit. Like, that's what I'm saying, bro. Like,
you know?
that actually would have been kind of, that would have been more clever.
So maybe, like, what I'm getting from it is either he like couldn't use all the abilities, maybe, or he's just dumb. I don't know.
Yeah, for real, bro.
I think it was more so like the residual risk and the fact that his chakra pool was being so taxed upon with the Jinchuriki and with everything going on.
That as well. Maybe he couldn't have been able to do it. Like the amount of chakra would have required to absorb a jutsu, like he just couldn't.
And they were trying to break out of his control. They were trying to they're like pulling against.
That would also be too broken too if he did that, man.
It would be it'd be unstoppable. Yeah, there's no way beating him.
Absorb and tell peace bombs and shit.
Yeah, that's insane.
But like, I'm sorry, but they had to nerf him in a way to where he's not spamming Rinnegan abilities because like. Otherwise, it's like, what do you do, bro?
Yeah,
because let's be real. Like when he was fighting Kakashi, he could have used some Rinnegan abilities in that Kamui dimension too, but he never does it once.
He was definitely he had to be not retconned, but like limited.
He was limited. Like now if he's not controlling a bunch of Biju and he has the Rinnegan, that's a different story. He could probably be able to use some Rinnegan abilities along in conjunction with Kamui.
Yeah, exactly.
I could see. Yeah, like he is pretty fucking powerful.
Yeah, Tobirama versus Hiruzen. Hiruzen
all day.
Jubidara versus Wank.
Especially Prime. Yeah.
Jubidara versus Wanked Jubito. I've never heard of a Wanked Jubito. No one really wanks him.
Where's Wanked Jubito?
What the fuck? Yeah, what is that?
Yeah, no one's ever really tried
that.
Like
stronger than Ishiki? Wanked? Like, you know?
Right? Yeah, like, the fuck is that, bro?
Jubidara with Slam. Wanked Super High Ball Jubidara versus Kage. The most high ball I've ever heard Jubidara, which is obviously not true, is multiversal. That's what I heard. So that would be that would be
Kage. He'd be able to fight the first Kage we see, but the moment she goes to her next state, he's fucked.
Yeah,
he's absolutely
yeah. What are your thoughts on TG's videos? Oh, they're great, man. He's a goat.
Definitely
they're incredible.
Bro.
Yeah, they've always been good from day one. Like I've been aware of TG from the start a long time ago.
Yeah.
And I was been reacting to his stuff or whatever. So I already knew, and like I said, I've mentioned this before on previous stream, but like from day one, I was like, yo, this motherfucker needs to collab with Swag. Like, that should be goated. And eventually it happened. I'm like, hey, I called that shit. So like, TG's always been great, bro. He's just very underrated, and he wasn't like the like a very big light around the time. Like people were aware of him, but they didn't know him as much as he should have been known, if that makes sense. And
yeah, no
that
doubt.
was the reason why it was kind of like a delay. But yeah, no, I've always known and seen, and he's been great, dude.
Yeah, he's great, man. And we're gonna work together more in the future. I'm not gonna say what, but in the future.
W creator, man.
Yeah, he's a great creator. Yeah, he's a great dude.
He's an intellectual.
Yeah.
Keeps the grind going for Naruto as well, bro.
He's always on the grind, bro. Yeah, very, very good at that. What do you think?
He posts more than 6, I think, too.
Yeah, he posts a lot. Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
Who do you think are the 10 most overrated in Naruto? Tobirama, Shisui,
Tobirama.
Yeah. Let's see.
Kakuzu.
Kakuzu, yeah. Maybe Tsunade sometimes. Who else? Fucking
Jubidara.
Oh, fucking Jubidara. Yeah. Fucking overrated. Maybe Datara sometimes.
Let's see.
Overrated.
Donzo maybe?
Maybe
I'd
Donzo. Yeah. Donzo. Hiruzen. I mean, actually, I don't really hear him overrated that much sometimes, but
yeah. Well, I mean, you do hear him being stronger than all the other Kage a lot because
there's that bullshit.
You know?
Jiraiya,
So,
kind of the Itachi thing, like, oh, he beats Itachi. That's overrated.
Oh yeah,
yeah. Bullshit. Who else? That's like 7 or 8. It's a couple more that are overrated.
Fuck, dude, overrated.
Fugaku, maybe? I don't know. Fugaku might be overrated.
Fugaku probably, I'd say.
And fucking let's see. It's another one that's overrated. Maybe like fucking Neji in the tuning exams. I don't know. Sometimes he's overrated.
I was low-key thinking Neji, but I feel like everyone just forgets about him, obviously, too, you know?
Forget about him. But yeah, in the tuning exams, he's like, he beats 5th Gate Lee. I'm like, yeah, that's why he was shitting himself, because he couldn't beat him. That's why he was shitting his pants.
That's hilarious.
Someone that could beat him wouldn't be shitting their pants. So.
Yeah, exactly, bro. Come
on. Top 5 strongest female Naruto characters: Ida, Kage, current Sarada, Delta, adult Sakura. Yeah, that's a good list. Yeah.
I'd say. Oh, that's not even in order.
But not in order. Sure. Yeah. If it's in order, Ida.
I think adult Sakura's whipping Kaguya's ass. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, she's retarded. She might whip her. Then Kaguya, then Delta, and then Sarada. I don't know if Sarada's at that level. Yeah, she's strong, but not like above Delta yet, I'd say.
Delta though, exactly.
Yeah, Delta's strong. Wanked Pain versus Itachi. Pain would win that.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. Could you walk solo all of Naruto? I've already seen a glimpse of what he's capable of. He could probably solo Shippuden. Maybe Shippuden. I don't know.
Yeah, I'd say so. It's probably definitely possible. Yeah. From what I've seen so far. Yeah.
I have to see more before I could say like Boruto, but maybe probably Shippuden. The first vid the first vid I watched he did was Obito versus Modern Hashirama. That's an interesting video. Yeah, TG's a great creator, man. Heavily downplayed and lowballed. Ishiki versus Kaguya. If he's lowballed? Downplayed? I mean, you can't even lowball that guy. Fucking whip Naruto and Sasuke's ass.
Well, I mean, Ishiki did get off guarded.
If he used that bullshit, then Kaguya could win. They're like, he wasn't off guarded, he was beaten. I'm like, yeah, that's why it's stated that he was off guarded.
Exactly, bro. Yeah.
It's like, what the hell? Can the Hiradora penetrate or kill the third-rate Kage? Penetrate? That's actually a good question. I
don't know. I don't know about that. That's a tough one.
Yeah, that's really tough. It's really tough.
Is it tank the fucking wind style Rasen Shuriken from like ACM1 Naruto, bro? Like,
that's a tough.
And the Hiradora, like when it hit the Susanoo, it just like blew it away. It didn't like crack it like Tsunade's fist, even though he was holding back during that.
Yeah, even though he was
of course.
But
like, it didn't like crack the Susanoo. It just like blew it away, to be honest. So I don't know.
Yeah, that's a tough one. Yeah, it's a tough one.
That is tough. Yeah,
it's possible, but I don't know. Yeah, it's tough. Thanks for the $2, Kedrick. Appreciate it again, brother.
Thank you.
How would you rewrite Sakura's character? That's a good question. I would definitely not have her lead with the Sasuke simping. I'd have her have more of a personality that's not obnoxious and like extremely annoying. Part one, like maybe she has her own goals of like, oh, I want to be the first female. I don't know, some bullshit, like some cool stuff. Something like that to like it really gives her a good introduction. Yeah, just to introduce her in a less annoying way. Her not fucking crying every 2 seconds. Like the Ino fight should never happen in the way it did. Just stuff like that. You know, a lot of things have to change. A lot of things have to change for her. Yeah, it's just she was introduced very, very badly.
Could have been a lot better for her, honestly. She had potential, but
yeah, way better. Yeah. A lot of what I see in the Tobirama versus Minato argument is when it comes to Minato, people are generally very nitpicky, but when it relates to Tobirama, people always give them the benefit of the doubt. It's true, they do.
Yeah, for no reason.
Yeah, they automatically deduce that he was able to tag a full power Jubito, even though it's blatant that his power is fluctuating. So, rank the top 5 Uchiha with the craziest Mangekyo amp over a short period of time. Mangekyo amp, Hokage Summit Sasuke. Probably Madara, EMS Madara. Itachi with his MS, the amp he received. I mean, I guess the guys you guys would expect me to list: Obito, and who else? And Sarda, probably. Yeah. Let's see. On his live today, he showed a thumbnail for his updated Obito versus Hashirama and Madara. That's a good video. I'll definitely check that out.
What was the thumbnail?
Jubito versus Hashirama versus Madara.
Yeah, gotcha. Yeah. That's pretty cool.
That's a cool topic. Yeah, me and him are gonna work again, hopefully in the next couple months, some videos. So, yeah, he's a good dude. I think depending on how the fight goes, both Flying Thunder Gun and Linked Vision of the Rinnegan can hard counter each other, but I think Flying Thunder Gun hard counters better. Vision, Linked goes. Yeah. Giga Highballed Madara versus Hashirama. Giga Highballed Madara? I mean, that's Jubidara, but there's no way to really scale EMS Madara over Hashirama, really. He got his ass beat. Well, not ass beat, but he lost to him.
Yeah, he just lost flat out. Absolutely.
Straight up. In a fight that lasted a whole day. So, yeah. But I think it's going to wrap it up, folks, unless someone donates a nice... Shout out to all the donations, but if someone donates a nice amount, we'll stay longer, but we'll wait about 5 more minutes. Couple more minutes.
Yeah, I think the Rinnegan Linked Vision would be an interesting counter, though, to FTG, just because, like, once you pop out of it, and they sense that you're popping out of a seal off a kunai or something, like, it's just a faster time to deduce information. You know what
exactly. I mean? It's like a faster indication of what's happening.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you're faster reaction time wise, that's going to be an advantage. How would Shibai form Boruto fear against you back from Bleach? I mean, Shibai's 4D, so I don't know if Yuak would even perceive him, to be honest. He's
yeah, dude, you gotta watch this new shit, bro.
I gotta watch that shit.
Crazy shit, bro. Yeah.
I know he's fucking cracked. I have to see that shit.
Dude, they're all cracked, man.
Now that we're getting to like the top guys, I'm like, what in the fuck? These guys are
fucking... Squad Zero's lit, bro.
Yeah, these guys are all fucking monsters. Who's stronger? Final Valley EMS Madara with QB and MA Susanoo versus Edo Madara with Rinnegan Wet Style and Edo Regen, but Edo Nerf also. I'll shout out to Kedrick. Stay safe, guys. W stream. Appreciate you, brother.
Much love, brother. Man. Thank you for today, man.
Yeah, thanks for all the donations, brother. So stronger final EMS Madara with QB and Susanoo versus Edo Madara with Rinnegan Wet Style and Edo Regen. I think Madara in the Final Valley is stronger. To even state, like Hashirama doesn't even state he's approaching his past powers till later on in the war. So. Do you think Edo Nagato could beat EMS Rinnegan Sasuke? No. That's 6 pass. No. He's getting fucking.
Well, he is Edo technically.
Yeah. Sasuke would have to seal him, but yeah, in a fight, he's getting fucking folded by Sasuke. Sasuke has 6 pass powers. Yeah, no. You could teleport him away to another dimension.
Facts, bro.
It's fuck no. It's faster, more it's faster reaction time, combat speed, his arsenal. Yeah, hell no. I love how the anime handles Squad Zero. They made him look way better than in manga. Really? Yeah, they look dope, man. They look really good.
Dude, yeah. Squad Zero's lit, bro. Absolutely.
What if adult Sasuke was significantly stronger and faster than Naruto, had Hashirama cell arm and infinite chakra and stamina? I mean, he'd probably be the one that beat Ishiki then if he was stronger, or would try to, at least. But yeah, folks, I think it's gonna wrap it up. It's been a
Yes, sir.
yes, sir. It's been this
Adios,
is
amigo.
one hell of a stream, man. One hell of a stream, folks. We appreciate all the
Yeah,
donations.
W stream.
Let me like
A
every
lot of good questions,
yeah,
good topics.
great questions. Let me like every single
Weirdos,
donation. Yeah, there's one weirdo in here. We forgave you, but yeah, that was a weird moment. But yeah, I liked every donation. Appreciate all you guys, Sir Goats, Steven, Kedrick, Josh. Appreciate you brothers, man, for coming in. Great questions by everybody. This is one hell of a stream. So shout out to all you guys for that. We'll be back
Sir
next
W,
week.
bro.
Yeah, Sir W.
Yes, sir.
We'll try to be back next week. Hopefully we're all here. You know, it seems like the stream's extra lit when we have the whole squad here. But
No doubt.
yeah, folks, we'll catch you next time and stay classy.
Peace, guys.
See you, Jay. Much love. Yeah.